There we go. It's time for that rainbow rock and roll. For North Carolina, we're gonna go all the way to the Lachine Canal, and we're gonna get it on the drill, getting on the drill, getting on the drill, and we're gonna go all the way towards the sunset. It's gonna be seeing today. We're gonna march today for North Carolina once again. For North Carolina towards the sunset. We're gonna see if it's gonna shine. And from Montreal, Quebec, Canada, and we're gonna go get it on the sun, from the sun, from the sun, on the sun. And we're going to see if there's gonna be a little bit of the sun, maybe, maybe not. Towards the sun we go on Hawk, H-A-W-K. Hawk Island, Hawk Island, Hawk Island. And that's what it is for the day, for the day, for the here, for the now, for the here, for the now. And we're gonna go get it on the go. So, got kisses, got hugs, got tickles for all my allies and armies. And today we're drilling it for North Carolina. Once again, North Carolina, beginning from the corner there. Where's the new construction, saluting the construction workers, the butchers, the bakers, the nurses, as we go towards the sun. This independent Haspy artist, athlete, philosopher, geopolitical analyst, and theorist. We're gonna go drill it on the go. Encouraging all to work out, train, exercise, sending love, kisses, and hugs. To my North Carolina, this Canadian Quebecer was born 3 times in previous incarnations. Twice as a man, once as a woman. Yep, you heard that right. You get that 50-50 now. Aspie artist, athlete, philosopher, geopolitical analyst, and theorist, and mystic, who has predicted an international conflagration back in 2019. You heard that correct. So if you don't know what I'm referring to, is that back in 2019, I've created my own workout training program system designed to be effective, simple, and efficient. And of course, I've created it back in 2019. Back in 2019. In 2019, that's when I created my own workout training program system. And now here I am with that, and going on the west in Lachine now, because I set a policy. I said if I leave my headquarters after 3 p.m. because it's autumn and winter. If I leave it after 3 p.m., we're gonna go west. We're gonna go to the river, to the river, to the river, to the river, to the river. So that's why I'm gonna leave before 3 o'clock. We're gonna go, of course, to the mountain. So we already went 4 times to the mountain. So now we're gonna head on that to the river now, and circumvent on a march. Always today, the third in a row, and 5th marching workout today for the. It's Friday. Tonight, midnight, the Sabbath of the Dancing Goddess in the Dragon Kingdom starts. And Sunday at around sunset Sunday. Also, might try to do a little bit of pyramid here. We got 5 spiders. Not bad. Not bad with the eye inside. I guess the eye of source. Whatever the case may be, but put a little color. But yes, it's better than a graffiti we kind of don't understand. And I understand the letters sometimes. If you're able to do art, I'm willing to have a private-public partnership to do nice graffiti art. Though it has to be nice, has to be some talent there, some beauty, some color, some symmetry. That will be to be an outlet for the youth and all ages to be able to express their creativity in such a manner. Is the possibility to express it in such a manner. So today, going to the river today. Gotta decided, of course, that we're gonna go to the river today, and I gotta turn my head left and right for prudence, of course. Added dimension of prudence, super important. You never know, the brakes malfunction. Ooh, the sun's gonna shine. It's piercing through the clouds. Gotta salute my king, the Pope, who now rises and now says yes. I think it's gonna pierce through the clouds. Yes. For me, for us. I think there's gonna be some piercings as we go, of course, to Lachine. We're gonna go on that vision. We're gonna go all the way to pierce the sun. We're gonna see if it's gonna shine. See if it's gonna shine a bit, maybe. Oh yeah. Kind of looks beautiful on the side. Looks like it's about to pierce a little bit. About to pierce to the clouds, saluting the bus drivers, farmers, butchers, bakers, nurses, and always doing geopolitics. I'm always putting the geopolitical analysis and theory, because I am an independent theoretical analyst, geopolitical analyst, and theorist with Asperger's, having HFA, high functioning autism, HFA, high functioning autism, meaning, of course, HFA is high functioning autism, meaning that Asperger's I'm neurodivergent. It's not a mental illness. It is a neurodivergence, which makes me predisposed to obsessive interest. And now, of course, I saw the buses and I saw the railroads. So I'm always putting them in a context of geopolitics and in a context, potential context. Context, of course, that it could be an invasion from an invasion perspective, If and why and I, because now we have, of course, more geopolitical turmoil than ever, and with the positions, not myself personally, my first position, and probably the fundamental position, is for the collective North American civilizational complex, for North America, for Quebec, Canada, North America, what I call the Great North American Civilizational Complex, the Great North American Civilizational Complex, the Great North American Civilizational Complex. See, the sun's gonna shine now, and it's gonna get a little bit of that pierce, It's gonna get a little bit of that piercing. Oh yeah, gonna pierce through the sky, and that means that all the way through that means that we're gonna go joyous into the sun for that sunset. Oh yeah, we got it on that pierce. And see, like my Papa Crowley said, sometimes you gotta get that sun. The sun always rises, always sets, and I always get that rock and roll. Let's go North Carolina. Sending some LOV for North Carolina. Love. Kisses and hugs for that North Carolina. Here we're passing through Quebec Lachine, and we're gonna see a little bit of that sun shining, and sunshine is gonna shine now powerfully. See, it's almost looking like it's gonna pierce the whole clouds. Of course, the sun always rises, always sets, and always sets and always rises, So that's what we're gonna get doing with that, and we're doing through the streets here in Lachine. We're gonna be passing. We're gonna go by the canal, all the way to the canal with gratitude. Gotta begin, commence always with grateful, thankful. My rent's paid, electricity bill is paid, and I gotta turn my head because sometimes, of course, there's cars coming in, fast. Brakes malfunction. The brakes can malfunction potentially. The citizen might press the accelerator instead of the brakes. So it's always a question of my liberty, my security, to be in harmony with somebody else's, right? Because now I'm in the public, so I got added responsibilities, duties, and obligations, and I'm gonna go towards my king, the sun, SUN, that's my Pope. The king, the sun, who now rises, now sets, and I wish I would be there with North Carolina, just to give some help. And I'm doing meditation, of course, how I would go about it. If there's, of course, submerging, and that's what I'm gonna do for those submergings, and gotta get around those submergents. If it's submergent, imagine if, of course, I gotta go down the stairs, up the stairs and down, and gotta be careful so that there's no electricity. If there's danger involved, whatever danger circumstance, you gotta go to the second floor, right? Could be second floor. I could go to the second floor. Gotta be a lot of water. Maybe there's a lot of water, I gotta go by the water. I gotta go up, and hey, what is this? I said, oh, that's a nice colorful things there, and see a lot of people, so I'm just gonna circumvent because they're waiting for the bus, so I don't want to be passing by the side. And gonna get on that sidelines and see by the trash here. Needs a little bit of cleaning there, some cleaning more than ever, but we got public works, They can take care of that public workers for them, and we go towards the sun a little bit for the sunshine, and we keep on drilling in the sun, Gonna get it in, and the sun shining right there, beautiful sun. Oh yeah. That's that sun, man. Sun shining, and beautiful people there, smile, getting a little bit of hello, and I gotta say, LOV colors like this, we need more color like that. That's definitely something I love. Colorful, and gotta salute the public workers, public drivers, bus drivers, train conductors, the butchers, the bakers, the nurses, the doctors. Hey, it's 5:27. How many diapers were changed today? I'm not sure, but quite a lot, maybe. I can speculate, of course, it's in the thousands. Maybe in the thousands. In the thousands, Maybe in the thousands, Maybe in the thousands. So we're gonna go towards the sun, and she needs a little bit of color, you know, a little bit of color with that, and that's why I need to get drilling, man. The color of my brothers and sisters here, North Americans United, for North Carolina. You know, thinking about North Carolina now is more salvaging operations, and always from a geopolitical perspective, you know, because let's say there will be an invasion or surprise attack, something which we got to keep in mind, because I got to remark again, I got to repeat, of course, that 5 years ago, I predicted an international conflagration in a general manner, not in an overall manner, so not to be sure with a detailed prognosis, but I do an annual one. So October, the month of October for me, is the month of geopolitics. October for me is the month of geopolitics. So I do annual revisions. I do on a daily, of course, being an ASPE, high functioning autism. Again, it's not a mental illness. It is a neurological mental divergent condition. Makes me predisposed to obsessive interest. So I do geopolitical analysis. It's on a daily basis, you know. It's on a daily basis, 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 you know. It's on a daily basis. It's on a daily basis, basically. That's what it is. It's on a daily basis. Geopolitics 24/7. On a daily basis. I just saw food waste. I didn't reach for it because I said bacteria, germs, microbes, but I imagine, of course, the worst case scenario. Worst case scenario. Gotta salute the train. Those who clean up the cities, putting out the garbage, the compost of North America. They're athletes. Give them some reduction for the train tickets, man. Cost of the tickets. No, cost of the other side. I'm calling for a reduction. A reduction for the cost, you know? Cost of the tickets. Tickets. NFL tickets, National Football League, NHL tickets, National Hockey League, NBA, National Basketball Association, MLB. Give some charity. Gotta get it on the go, and towards the sun we go. Ain't no way if I would be a billionaire, I wouldn't be that selfish. I wouldn't give to charity, you know, give 10%, butchers, bakers, nurses, doctors, grocery store clerks, all involved in the production and distribution of food. Making a good smile, thank you so much. I appreciate a smile. I guess hello, kind of laughed. I give permission to people to laugh, you know. It's better to laugh at me. I know I have weird mannerism being an ASPE, you know, but I gotta salute the butchers, the bakers. How many truckers now? How many daycares? How many diapers were changed throughout daycares of North America? Thank you, daycare workers, butchers, bakers, and those delivering some food. Imagine all the trucks. So look at all the infrastructure built. It takes a lot of infrastructure renewal. We got a lot of work in North America, no matter what I say about geopolitics, being that is my obsessive interest. And I am an independent geopolitical analyst and theorist. Fundamentally, my initiatives, my protocols, my programs are for what I call as a philosopher, the collective North American civilizational complex, or the North American Civilizational Collective, or the complex of collective North American civilization, basically North America. And now do a meditation, because we got that ocean to ocean. It's 5:31. We got to subtract 3 hours from BC, British Columbia, down on the west coast. San Francisco, and of course California and Seattle, and all that west coast is 2 o'clock, right? 2 o'clock. Let me turn my head left and right. So 5:32 minus 3. 5:32 minus 3, that's 2:31, right? 2:32. 2:33. Imagine. So minus 3 hours. So they have a lot of sun left. Here it's close to sunset. So in about at 6:44, I believe, 6:44. So we got about 77 minutes. But of course, it starts at 6:44 and it continues until 7:18. It gets darker and darker and darker, but it starts at about 6:44. Sunset, there's always a sunset and always a sunrise. That's something as a meditative state to take. And again, here I got a little bit of, here's a bit on the more civilization side. That means that I inhale a more CEO, you know, CEO. It's not that good for the lungs, and My last pack of cigarettes, I bought 5 packs. 2017, when I crossed Canada, I bought like Camels, and I think I don't want to promote because I don't get any sponsorship whatsoever. The last donation was from an Aspie. So that's what it is with that, and that's what it is for that, and that's what it is for the go. That's what it is for the now, and it's always good to get that sunrise, sunset, and we got to get it for the drill. Got to meditate on everything that's going on now, transpiring, and always to get good on the go, and always be grateful. Gratitude is great for mental health. Civilization is a privilege. That was my thesis back in 2023 last year. Just to do a meditation now, we would have to secure the infrastructure if it will be an emergency event, and I've been in that mode since 2019. So an important thing to understand about me, and I got proof, is that in 2019 I predicted an international conflagration that's gonna come. In other words, a World War III. My analysis was based, of course, on several initiatives, several acts, several events, past and present, but mainly, if I can summarize it, was of course the fact that, I don't watch when I cross the street here, turn my head left or right. Even if it's my turn to pass, I got 13, 11, 12, 11. So I had plenty of time, but anyways, super important. So back in 2019 in October, important to note, of course, and important to note, to restate, to repeat that due to my Asperger's, being an Aspie, high functioning autism, I have obsessive interests. So those interests preoccupy the majority of my time, and I'm very intense, very focused when I do geopolitical analysis. When I listen to geopolitics, I'm like possessed. I'm in a trance. That's people with Asperger's know what I'm discussing. If you're an Aspie, if you're a neurotypical, that seems strange, but that's what it is. So my trinity is geopolitics, 24/7. Sports, dancing is my favorite sport, but I love everything to do with fitness, training, fitness, and rock and roll. So those are my trinity, and I love to rock and roll. For those who build the bridge right here, with a muscle on the brain and a little bit of paint. Gotta get it rock and roll for the butchers on the road. Gotta get it for gotta get it for that black and white and rainbow for that North Carolina. Rally. Let's go NFL. Giving me some of that football drills, and that's what up for the NFL, NBA, NHL. Look at that beautiful water. MLB, Major League Baseball. MLB also, NFL, National Football League, NHL, National Hockey League, NBA, National Basketball Association, MLB, NHL, National Hockey League, NHL, National Hockey League, NBA, National Basketball Association, MLB, National Basketball Association, MLB, National Basketball Association, National Basketball Association, National Basketball Association, NHL, NFL, MLB, those four. And please, let's put a new protocol across North America that if we got hit again with strong storms like we just had, Hurricane Helene, some say, whatever we call it, major storms, force majeure, that we implement the protocol to implement, to stop for a week, 2 weeks, whatever necessary, the games, and to get help, to go get help. So I'll have that. If I were commissioner, I said, hey, we gotta forget 5 games. Let's forget 5 games. 5 next games. Not if it's the NFL, because NFL is weekly, but NHL, NBA, and MLB, MLB, those 3. NFL is different, just 1 game, maybe 1 week. But that's what it's gonna be, XYZ, and that's what it gotta be on that drill. So towards the sun we go now. We're gonna go get it on the Pope, and that's what we're gonna go get it on the drill, So gotta salute the bakers, the butchers, the bakers, the nurses, the doctors. And I came here by the water, and always I can feel now a different. I can feel the difference now, actually. So I can now feel the difference, you know, feel the difference in terms of the quality of the air compared to there when I was in the midst. And you see all these bridges. Look at that bridge. This bridge was what, built in the 50s, 60s, maybe 70s. More than 44 years for sure, more than 4 years. More than 44 years for sure, more than 40. I could even say 60 more maybe. Yeah, for the look of it, and I'm not no expert, but it needs to be replaced. Needs to be replaced. So my DRT theory is the only solution. My DRT theory is the only solution. My DRT theory is the only solution. The death refusion theory for the implementation, the creation of the UE. Paradox, because I march now, I gotta say, brothers and sisters, and you know, I got the curse of Asperger's, but I put something on the blessing on the table, and gotta stretch a little bit here. Please don't pollute. Put it in the garbage, put it in the garbage, put it in the garbage. Don't leave the trash here, because it pollutes. And here's a little bit of water diverted from the river as we go. It's 5:38, so gonna get that sunset, get a reach all the way to Lachine, and we go west, 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 and then we circumvent. So I put a new policy that if I leave after 3 p.m. because it's in autumn and winter, I'm gonna go west. If I leave before, I'm gonna go the other way. I'm gonna go the other way. So super important to pick up after yourself. Don't leave the trash. And I understand you want to eat, you want to live, but put it in the garbage. If it goes in the garbage, put it in the recycling. We got public works, so you know, just make an effort, make an effort. I'm not perfect, far from it. I need some cleaning in my own room also, but you got to get around those dimensions, and of course got to meditate on who built the bridges. Public workers in the 20th century, salute, LOV. Civilization is a privilege. Just having drinking running water and, you know, electricity, Hydro-Quebec. I'm doing this work with a laptop here, doing the work with a laptop. Got little spiders up and down, and always meditating. I'm always in, most of the time, I'm in that geopolitical mode, geopolitics, analysis, revision, and events, geopolitical events, they transpire. New ones happen on the daily, but my, of course, big annual geopolitics, the month of October is the month of geopolitics for myself. So the month of October is the month of geopolitics for myself. The month of October is the month of geopolitics. The month of October is the month of geopolitics. The month of October is the month of geopolitics. So the whole month of October, I do a lot more than usual. The revisions of last year, 5 years, 7 years usually I go. Before that, anyways, my memory has a blackout. Like that hardball ball, you know, my 49ers lost hardball ball a few years ago, and kind of get that blackout of memory. You know, I remember mostly the past years and have a flash of like a trauma, like a surprise attack. I have a lot of scars, but I healed a lot and survived COVID. COVID was like death, pestilence, and disease. 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 COVID was like death, pestilence, and disease for me. I know it sounds like a hard metal rock song. Death, pestilence, and disease are by my enemies. Rob, please. That's what it is for that. That's what it is for that. That's what it is for that. And that's what it is with that. So that's what it is for the XYZ, XYZ, XYZ. And that's why we're going to go do it on the drill with that. So that's why we're going to go drill it on the now. And always meditating now. Always got to get that meditative state. That meditative state, that meditative state, that meditative state. You know, so we got to get those spiders. See? Look at those beautiful spiders. They're already counted 44. Now I'm counting more than that, but you see you got spiders running across. See those little spiders? All around here you get spiders like that. And they're aligned. I love spiders, actually. I love spiders. You can see their alignment, and there you can see some trucks. So now, of course, I'm meditating. You know what? In terms of a geopolitical event, we need to be secured, and you get that 5G, 3G, 4G, 5G, whatever the case may be, and we need to build a new integrated network. New integrated North American, Canada, US, jointly, NORAD, Dragon, public-private partnership initiatives. All my initiatives, fundamentally the Trinity or theories, are a call for a public-private partnership across the collective North American civilizational complex, across North America, 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 fundamentally across North America. So that's what it is. Rock and roll, rock and roll, rock and roll. And here we go all the way. Look at that beautiful spider. See how big it is? so big, it moves. I didn't want to touch it, I didn't touch it, but it's thick and beautiful. And I love another one. They're all over here. There's so many here. So they're all lined up, the little spiders. Gotta get it on the XYZ, 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 and they gotta go drill it on the go, drill it on the go. And here we gotta do that meditation, and I gotta repeat. Back in 2019, made an international. I created my own workout training program system, and month of October is again the month of geopolitics. Geopolitics 24/7, but October is the month where I do revisions. I do big revisions, big revisions, big revisions, big revisions, big revisions, and I reiterate, redo, and rescan, and redo a lot of geopolitics, you know. A lot of geopolitics, a lot of geopolitics, a lot of geopolitics, a lot of geopolitics. That's what I do a lot with that. That's what I do a lot with that. So it's a lot of geopolitics, you know, geopolitical analysis. So that's what we do with that, you know. So that's why we're gonna get drilling on that. That's why we're gonna go drill it on that. So we gotta think about that, and think about all the events which have transpired since, and mainly it's parallel to what I predicted, you know. That's a beautiful red there. That's a beautiful red there. Sometimes you just gotta look at nature, you know, the goddess, and sometimes we just gotta submit and be more humble, and, you know, say I'm a piece of dust myself, and take a moment just to look at the sky. Now it's a bit cloudy, a bit dark, but that sun, my Pope the King, is gonna shine again. I'm just gonna call out to my Pope the King, the sun. Rah, 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 like my Papa Crowley, bury a third of me up in New Jersey, Hampton. A third of me up in Montreal, Mount Royal, where is my second home. And a third of me to the city of the pyramid, a third of me to the city of the pyramid. And look at here. See, a lot of bridges need to be rebuilding. Look at that beautiful red. So again, back in 2019, October, had concluded that humanity is again set towards a course towards an international conflagration. So made and created a training program system to go hand in hand with such an event, such a scenario, because that is my obsessive interest, and I am an independent geopolitical analyst and theorist who has predicted the current situation in a general manner. Again, not all the details by the details, but gotta see a little bit of downtown there, turn back for none, and nothing that I want to go back to. You know, I moved myself from a very moldy place. It was moldy where I used to live, but I just gotta turn the camera a bit towards the east. So my camera now is facing east. I'm heading west towards the sunset, and of course, see a little bit of those skyscrapers. I see a little bit of those skyscrapers. And I gotta put a little bit on the pants, because my pants have been on that falling down a bit. So gotta tie my belt, because I descended here a bit. So I gotta do that with that. So anyways, you can see there the part of the river, how it goes like this, and you can do it on the go, and you can meditate a little bit, and while coming here in La Chine, and learn a little bit of French if you're a tourist. And if you want to work out, do my workout training program system, support a dream, the dancing goddess in the dragon kingdom. That's my dream. Fundamentally, my dream is a call for a public-private partnership. Fundamentally, my dream is a call for a public-private partnership, across the collective North American civilizational complex. Across North America, which I call a civilizational complex, or a collective civilizational complex, which is emerging. It's emerging. So it's emergent since about the Second World War. It's distinct, not divorced from Western civilization, but the North American civilizational complex, which includes Canada, United States, Mexico, Haiti, Dominican Republic, Jamaica, Cuba as well. You know, many those islands as well. That's part of collective North American complex. The islands as well. They're part of North America, Canada, US, and Mexico, you know, so part of North America. So that's what I call the emergent. It's a new civilizational complex. That's the uniqueness of North American complex, civilizational complex, or a complex of civilizations, or civilizational complex. Civilizational complex, however you want to term it, basically is that it's an emergent one. So it's not to be it's not distinct, but it's correction. It is distinct, but not divorced from Western civilization. So that is kind of the main premise to summarize where it stands with my philosophical theory, which myself I always say I'm a North American Canadian Quebecer. I'm a North American Canadian Quebecer. Just a while ago, and somebody asked, if I'm this and that, and I said no, I'm Quebecer Canadian. This is my home. It's home here. Personally, I do not consider myself a member of a diaspora. I'm part of the LGBTQ community, a minority. I'm being an ASPI, I'm neurodivergent, so another minority within North American civilizational complex, and all who form my black brothers and sisters who constitute 13.4% of North Americans. It's my black brothers and sisters. So we gotta myself work on my racism with action, I put on the table kisses, hugs, tickles for anybody who wants, Get out of the way. Turn my head here when I cross, Gotta turn my head here when I cross, When I cross there, so came and going towards the west for North Carolina today. North Carolina, third event. Love, kisses, hugs, some things, and I wish I would be there on the ground and gonna do a meditation now, because of course how I would do if I would operate, of course, the salvage. I would be with those boats, I would have to get the immersions. I have to do a lot of work, a lot of work. So a lot of work in those areas we would have to do, a lot of work which we would have to get involved in. We'll have to be mindful of the electricity, to cut the electricity to electrical wires to get, of course, on top. If we are, and we would have to prioritize children, the youth, and I guess the elderly topping up, to do priority. And I know it's a moral, ethical question, but it's more intuitive for this one, and certain emergencies such as we're having now in terms of North Carolina, what we're seeing there. And I gotta salute those involved, and if you're involved in salvaging, firefighters, security forces, National Guard, and this Quebecer Canadian was born 3 times in the USA. I'm a mystic. I believe in reincarnation. Just read George Patton's Through a Glass Darkly. Read George Patton Through a Glass Darkly. Read George Patton Through a Glass Darkly. Read George Patton Through a Glass Darkly. Through a Glass Darkly, one of my favorite poems. And the difference is that my knowledge of my incarnation, sometimes I was born a woman, and now a man, a woman, and today you get that 50-50. Rainbow dragon, you get that 50-50, and we gotta get it on the go, and I gotta get that transposed, and I gotta get myself towards the sun, turn my head left and right, and gotta get it for that goal now, and always encouraging all to work out, train, exercise, and with consent, and hug like you never hugged before. Don't start hugging people in the streets, and we gotta get that defense. And always in a meditative state. When I march for years, you can see hundreds of my workout training program videos, 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 hundreds of my workout training program videos online. And my fitness journey is always every day. In 2017, I crossed Canada, coast to coast, and that event in my life made me come out being depressed and suicidal. I was depressed, suicidal. I remember moving. I got a RA, retrograde amnesia, and kind of have a blackouts of memory. I just remember moving from a very moldy place, underground mold. There was lots of mold, and I remember some trauma, some kind of like an attack, and kind of like a surprise attack, like a surprise attack in many ways, So I haven't been on that surprise attack, It's have a flash, and then before that, I have blackouts of memory, but mostly the past 7 years. I remember being depressed, suicidal, and moved across Canada, coast to coast, started working out, training. I lost between 80 and 93 pounds ever since. 80 and 93 pounds. 80, yeah. Between 80 minimum and 93 pounds. 80 and 93 pounds. And 80 and 93 pounds. 80 and 93 pounds. 80 and 93 pounds. And of course, 5 years ago, we're going to get it on the go, and that's what we're gonna go do it with that. So that's what we're gonna go do it with that, you know. So anyways, that's somebody there that I met in, previously, but I'm not sure. I always wondered. We got squirrels here, some squirrels, and we got a little bit of here you can work out, train and exercise. Here you can work out, train and exercise, you know. And here you got a lot of branches with that, and that's what it is with that. And beautiful, beautiful. I don't know what they're called, but see on the mountain also, see those? I really love those, but they smell good, but I don't know their name in French or English. I don't know their name in French or English. I don't know their name neither in French, neither in English, you know? Neither in French, neither in English. I don't know their names, neither in French, neither in English, neither in French, neither in English. So I really don't know their names, neither in English or in French. You know? So that's what it is with that. And here we get it on the drill with that. And the air's fresh. The freshness of the air is really something else, you know, something else. The freshness of the air is really something else, really something else, really something else. That's the freshness of the air, which is here. So it's gonna circumvent because I don't like that much smoke, you know. I smoke very rarely, very little bit of that cannabis. Very narrow. It's very rare, very on occasion. So now I'm really thirsty. The only things I'm with is a little bit on that thirsty side, you know. So that's what it is with that. And I don't know what those are called. So doing a meditative state now, geopolitics, you have to be from the North American perspective. So as much as I can be intellectual, cosmopolitan, sophisticated, go into a deep analysis and philosophical, and which I am because I'm an independent geopolitical theoretical analyst or theorist and analyst, theoretical analyst, and geopolitics is my obsessive interest, and I predicted, I'm marking 5 years in 2019. I got proof of that work. I got proof online. I have a video discussing it from October 2019. So this month is gonna be 5 years soon. October 23 was posted. 2019, October 23, 2019. The first workout video with that World War III scenario, an international conflagration, which I predicted, you know, because I saw the trends, and the main proposition, the main analysis, the main motive why I had concluded that was, of course, that humanity had not humanity, so many regions, nation states, and civilizations were not able to resolve their conflicts from the 20th century. So many unresolved conflicts from the 20th century remained. Many conflicts had remained. Many conflicts had remained. So I predicted that those conflicts, or some of those conflicts, there's gonna be a spillover, and that spillover will proceed and continue into the 21st century, which we are now. October 4th, 2024. October 4th, 2024. October 4th, 2024. So that was my conclusion back in 2019, marking 5 years ago, the whole month of October. And I do on the daily. That's my obsessive interest. Being an Asperger's, people Aspies, aka high functioning autism, regardless of whether we call it Asperger's, Aspie, high functioning autism, regardless of that, the point is that we have obsessive interests, and those obsessive interests we kind of master. Most of us master the subjects, and that's my kingdom, my domain, my realm. Geopolitical analysis with fitness. I love sports. Dancing is my favorite sport. I am that rainbow dragon and founding the kingdom, dancing goddess in the dragon kingdom with trillions of kisses. First and foremost, trillions of kisses. For fundamentally, my dream, the dancing goddess in the dragon kingdom, is fundamentally a call for a public-private partnership across the North American Civilizational Collective. Across North America. Somebody's joyous, happy, that's good. Joy. I'm joyous, I'm just financially stressed, I cannot stress how good it is, gratitude, being grateful, and physical activity. Regular physical activity and being grateful, how good it is for the mind. I began mine 2017, I lost about between minimum 80 pounds and maximum 93. I created my workout training program system, of which I've performed more than 372 of the General War Integrated Total Body Training System, the General War Integrated Total Body System, the General War Integrated Total Body Training System. I created it to go hand in hand with an international conflagration, back in 2019. Because that was the analysis and that was my prediction. I got proof of work for that because I do geopolitical work, geopolitics work. I'm an independent geopolitical analyst and theorist, and even now when I'm here, sometimes I meditate. All the highways from a geopolitical perspective. The food production, the hydroelectric dams, of course, in terms of there being sabotage, or there will be whatever the case may be, in terms of whatever the case may be, it's possible. Because we took positions. I mean, not myself, of course. Gonna go by the side. I'm not gonna be in the way of the bikes. So just gonna wait and cross and love those colors. I'm gonna go by the side here. I don't want to impede in the proper circulation, the bikes, and I don't want to be in the way of the cyclists. And now I can take the main out. I'm gonna drop, let my main out here and a little bit of while. Please don't pollute, don't leave cans here and put them in the garbage, and gotta get on that Lachine, man. Now we on the Lachine Canal and gonna get on that hydration, gonna go zero in, and we're gonna go get it on the XYZ, and it's Quebec, Canadian, North American for North Carolina. I was born in the USA 3 times, once as a woman, twice served in the United States Army. At 2 different wars, 156 years apart, and looking at that beautiful sky, sometimes I gotta nullify myself, say that I'm a piece of dust, lusting that with lust. That's what it is for that, and that's what it is to go on the go. The children are happy, the youth are happy, that's important. If the youth and the children are happy, that's the most important thing, and I always say it with love to my brother Bill Blair. My brother Bill Blair, we're going to put a new protocol for the CAF, Canadian Armed Forces. We're going to play that defense, and of course put a new protocol before you put on a uniform, you should go put a new protocol for not only the Canadian Armed Forces, but the USA Armed Forces. Beautiful shining sky, and we're going to go around about it, and of course we're going to get it for the XYZ, and of course we're going to get it for that shining for the protocol for the changing of the diapers. You got to change some diapers. Beautiful sky there, so clear. Sometimes you just gotta look up. Hawk. Hawk is my totem bird, and sometimes you just gotta be grateful. Grateful, thankful. My rent's paid, electricity bill is paid, and always gotta get it for the go. And always meditating on that coast to coast. Everything that's happening now, the train conductors, all the trains across North America, the truckers, all that, from a geopolitical perspective, and kind of from the mode I'm in since 2019, and then I got hit with COVID, and how is COVID is an open question. I had it. I died during COVID. I thought I was gonna die, but I cannot rule out some other possibilities. I will believe it was snakes. I believe it was snakes. I believe it was snakes. I believe it was snakes, but I don't know. No, not a lot of people can say for certain. Can ascertain for certain. I got my Trinity, but in my World War III scenario of 2019 October, I had predicted that there's a possibility of a bioweaponry utilization, use of bioweapons, but I did not conclude that it was nuclear weapons. That I left open. That was an open left mark. That was an open left mark. Open left mark. But the most important thing is from today, now me doing this video, and how of course in case of such a thing, in case of such a thermonuclear war, we have to open up some mountains like that Cheyenne, you know, Cheyenne mountains. We have to open 4 more, 2 more in Canada and 2 more in the USA, is minimum 5. And we have to open about 44 tunnels. I imagine some tunnels like this is Tokyo. Like this is Tokyo. Like in Tokyo, you know, underground Tokyo, you know, like in Tokyo, underground, the Tokyo, you know, Tokyo, the underground and the Tokyo. To open about 44 of them, just to stack with food, with cans, with dimensions of that, you know, just in case, because we got ICBM rockets, there exist ICBM rockets, so the ICBM rockets, of course, China had tested the first one since 1980. That was the 1980, that was 44 years ago, you know, 44 years ago. That was 44 years ago, more than 44. So why did they test it? Well, are they planning something against the Republic of China, which is the Taiwan island? So their conflict, just like I mentioned before, dates from an unresolved 20th century, just like Russia, Ukraine, the Middle East, this trinity of conflicts, which now in the Middle East, that's what's happening. It dates from the 20th century. From the 20th century, Russia, Ukraine, and now the possibility of Taiwan and Russia. Taiwan and Russia. That's what it is with that. You know. So that's what it is with that. You know. So from Taiwan and Russia, you know, Taiwan and Russia. That's what it is with that. And that's what it is. You know, we gotta get on that dimension. You know, gotta get on that dimension. Taiwan and Russia, and we gotta get on that circumvention, you know. So that's what it is, and that's what we gotta do, man. Oh my gosh, if we gotta go for that hydration first. This is machine. This played an historical role here. I'm gonna see the river there. You know, so we gotta always meditate. Of course, I'm meditating now. Just when I got flashes of geopolitical meditations. You have to secure the island. I live on an island. The island of Montreal, island of the Hawk. We gotta get that hydration here. Gotta get that hydration on the go, and we gotta go get it on that hydration right now. You know, so we gotta get it on the go now, and gotta thank those workers who built. It underneath. Imagine all that work. So much work just to have, of course, this little thing right here. See, just to have this water here to get that hydration. Imagine underneath. And of course, as a geopolitical analyst and theorist, I always got to meditate on the projections, of course, in case of a technical matter such as the malfunctioning of these aqueducts right here, you know. So we gotta go do it with that. So to get that hydration, you know. You gotta get that hydration. So whoever you were in the 20th century, thank you. This is a privilege. This is a privilege of civilization, having potable water to drink. Here. Imagine all that work underneath. Imagine all the pipes layers, how they were conducted and built in the 20th century with brains and muscle, how they go. And we got a lot of restructuring underneath to do. We got a restructuring to do, you know. It's a lot of work. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, that was nice. Actually, I'm gonna also fill my bottle up, drink my bottle, and take a little bit to go. So put it down and gonna get some of that rock and roll, you know. Here's the backpack. Got about 22 to 44 because I got some donation by the food. Thank you for those 5 items of food. There's some rice, some chicken, 5 pieces of chicken with it. So see, that's half a bottle now. So I'm gonna hydrate it all and drink it all. I'm gonna get it on the do with that. So hydrate. Oops. Yeah, well, there we go. We gotta go get it on that drill, you know. Go this way. Oh. Faucet, sevenfold. Is faucet. Mathématiques. You learn sevenfold. You learn that. Vous avez appris times 7 fois 7. 7 fois pour chaque fois 7. 7. Je te le dis en latin. Fois 7. 37. Anyways, got to get a little bit of that rock and roll, so that's what it is for the go. For the go. So here we go on the drill, getting on that rock and roll for the butchers, bakers, nurses, doctors for that North Carolina. See the river. I'm gonna have to be careful here because it's treacherous terrain, you know. Treacherous terrain. Here we go on the go. Got a little bit of that bruises, got scars, got a retrograde amnesia. Here I am. Look at that beautiful. Here in the past life was born close by the mountain. And here you can go down, circumvent, and we're going to discuss that DRT. Death root fusion theory for the creation of the UE. Oh yeah, I'm not going to dip now, but we're going to go all the way to the top. Please not pollute. If you come here, I'm going to discuss the DRT, of course, and here. I wonder how much it is from here to this side, from there to the other side. How many meters, how many yards, how many meters, how many yards, how many kilometers? Not that many kilometers, more yards than meters. Not that many kilometers, more yards than meters, not that many kilometers. More yards than meters, not that many kilometers. More yards than meters, not that many kilometers. More yards than meters for the butchers, bakers, nurses, doctors, grocery store clerks. We're going to go up and down, and we're going to get on the clown, and we're going to go drilling on the... See, we got a little bit of fish. You can come fish here. You might need a permit. I'm not too familiar with whatever the case may be, and beware of falling branches. And I'm going to go on the up here. Oh, yeah. Here I can go up and down, and I can go up and up, and I'm going to go here, not disturb the fisher. Let him fish in peace. Peaceful fishing there. If you put something, so you can come fish here and have a nice time. And that's what I got on the side. Let the fish there peacefully, and you can come enjoy fishing, and getting on the goats, and getting on the go. See, you got a place there where you can sit, and this is the island, surrounded by a big river. Island surrounded by a big river. Island is surrounded by a big river. Island is surrounded by a big river. You got the island of the Hawk. You got those bridges. Who built them? I gotta secure the bridges. In geopolitical analysis, warfare and defense, and That's some major components of geopolitics. Defense. Let's go, Bill Blair, brother citizen. Got to put a new protocol for the Canadian Armed Forces, and Secretary General of the Defense USA was born in the USA 3 times, once as a woman, twice as a man. I served in 2 different wars, so put a new protocol for NORAD, NATO, you before you put on the uniform, because you're not mercs. I don't want nothing to do about mercenaries. Nothing to do about mercenaries. Gonna go change those diapers. Gonna go change those diapers. You know, so we gotta go change those diapers with it, and we gotta cross see here. I wonder how much it is. Or we gotta go get it on the drill, you know. So here there's another some fire, some fishes, and somebody getting a little bit of circumventions. You gotta be careful because it's running water, right? So no dipping on that go too much, but just I guess so. A little fire is okay. Gotta think of safety, but please don't pollute, don't leave the trash, don't leave the garbage, put it in the garbage. And you got a family there, and I see some garbage there. That garbage needs to go in the garbage bins, because we got those public workers, and if it's a recycling, gotta go need it in the recycling. You know, so that's what we gotta do. The other side is Shadow Gay. And we got the river here, we got my cousin on my there who's here, and just gonna take a look on the water here, and I wonder how many yards, how many meters to go to the other side. Don't swim it there. And I think that's Victoria Bridge, or no, that's not Victoria Bridge, that's Mercier Bridge, I believe. So that's Mercier and that's Charoguay, you know. So gonna switch it to that French here. Got some good French, you know, myself included. So please don't pollute, please, if you come here, just don't leave the trash. See there, like that trash there, just pick it up, because we got flora there and fauna, you know. So don't leave trash, just put it in the garbage, and gonna see you if you can come enjoy your time here and check the sunset. And gonna go towards the sunset a little bit more, but gonna go again, and here you can have another place where you can chill and you can check the river, remind the river. Of course you can analyze and do a little bit of hugging there. You can go hug like there like you never hugged before. Don't hug like there like you never hugged before. They hug like there like you never hugged before. You know, you're gonna go cross the river over there, and you can swim, you know. Not swim, you cannot swim, I meant. You cannot swim. You need proper equipment, proper barges, proper boats, because it's a running water, see? So here you can maybe just put your feet, but of course swimming is out. Swimming is out of the question. You know, swimming is out of the question. We got a place there, nice place there, and you gotta get it on the drill there, you know. So that's what it is with that. And you see the rapids there. They're going on those rapids, you know. There's going on those rapids, so that's what it is with that, you know. So that's what it is, you know. So we gotta get it on the drill, man. You know, gotta get it on the drill. So see, those are the rapids there. Rapids getting on the drill, you know. So we gotta circumvent on that. You know, we gotta get it on that circumvention. We gotta get it on the no, you know. So on the other side is Shadow Gay, so we always gotta do on those drills. How many people on the other side? Maybe on the millions. It's going all the way to the deep south, all the way to North Carolina. That's what I like seeing, man. They give me hope. See somebody kissing almost, give me a little bit of that hope for the free world. You know, it's worth fighting for. Some way doing not about all about fighting. It's not all about fighting. You know. It's not all about fighting. You know. It's not all about fighting. You know. So that's what it is, man. Somebody making that good loving, man. That's what it is with that, you know. So that's what it is with the XYZ. And That's what it is for the XYZ, and we gotta get it for the X, you know. So we gotta get it on the XYZ, you know. That's what it is. That's what it is. Gotta get it on the go, you know. So, anyways, we gotta get it on the go, man. Gotta get it on the doing, man. You know, it's always on the now and it's always on the do, you know. So, this is what it is right here, you know. We gotta get it on that all the way to the south, and they're playing a little bit, having some fun, and that's always fun. Some exercise, a little bit of a low intensity exercise. Give me some push-ups, some squats, and I just saw somebody hugging and kissing, and you know, that's hope. I'd rather see people working out, training, and kissing and making out, you know. Play, you want to make out, make some loving with me, man. Make your love overtime, baby. Make your love overtime. Play that rainbow, man. Play that rainbow. Men, women, 24/7 want to come love with me good, you know. That's it. Play that rainbow love, man. Drives this man sexual. Put my flag up, you know. You want to come make love with me? Come make love with me, man. Black, white, and rainbow, you know. Yeah. Yeah. Anyways, gonna get it for that drill, North Carolina, man. Because that DRT switch it to that French, and we're just gonna go exactly, do like a circle, you know, like that. Go like a circle, you know, like a circle. It's not really a circle, but and here you can check the Latin names. They actually put the Latin names of these trees here. So there's Latin names of the trees, you know, Latin names of the trees, you know. That's what it is with that. You can get on the XYZ and getting on the go, man. You know, so that's what it is, man. Gonna go get it with that, so it's always on the go, you know, and it's always on the now, and gotta give me a little bit of that doing, a little bit of that love. Let's go check some names in Latin, you know, because I want to check when I get back. I need to check the motto of North Carolina and all states, and here, Montreal, it's Latin, and Latin, 5 letters, 5 letters, 5 letters, 5 letters, 5 letters, 5 letters. Just learning some of that Latin. Past lives, I was a priestess of the goddess. Malus Macamic, see? That's the Latin name. That's the Latin name. That's the Latin name. That's the Latin name. Malus Moerlandi Profusion, see? You got the Latin names. Oh, that's something for you to check, see? You got the Latin names of the name of the trees. Malus Macamin, that's the same one as the other one. Let's see this one. So you got their names in Latin, and now I got flashes of past lives. I was a priestess from ancient Egypt, ancient Sumeria, ancient Babylon, and ancient Rome. Sometimes I was born a man and woman. So in ancient Rome, I was born 44 times. Well, for more than 100 years, right? So different times. 22 times a woman, 22 times a man, mostly a priestess, servant, and you know, Betula Pandula. And sometimes we're gonna get it on the go, getting on the go. We gotta get it on Betula, Papi Refera, and that's why we're gonna go do it on that. So Betula Vertucosa, you gotta get it on the go, That's what we're gonna go doing, gotta go doing. Pinostrobus. That's what I gotta go doing on that, doing on that. Yeah. Anyways, we're gonna go get it on the go. So here we go for the XYZ, and that's what we're gonna go doing, you know. So it's always super important, you know, to get it on the go and getting on the now, and super important, you know, to go get that hydration when you go get it and admire a little bit of a paysage, as we say. And now I gotta discuss the DRT, you know. So that's what we're gonna go discuss, that DRT, you know. So that's what we're gonna be doing, man. DRT time now, but first I'm gonna say a last salutation to North Carolina, and ask maybe he knows. Parles français? Parles français? You don't speak. Do you know the distance? Do you speak English?
I do.
You know the distance from here to there?
I flew a drone there once actually. It's
Yeah,
like
yeah.
a little over kilometers.
Do you know? Do you know? From to the other side? I'm just curious. I'm dying to know the distance from the shore, from shore to shore.
I'm curious too. I looked it up before because I was flying drones to see like would it work.
Oh yeah.
It wasn't that much.
Thanks for taking the time. I appreciate it.
No worries.
Oh yeah.
On Google Earth.
Oh, drones, man. Yeah. How much does it go? How much meters? It must be
It's usually
156 meters or something like that.
It can go. I went. The furthest I went was like 2 kilometers, but the battery is the bottleneck usually.
Yeah.
Measured.
That's Shadow Gay, right?
I think so.
I don't know. I haven't crossed. I haven't.
So it's a little over 1 kilometer, 1.12.
Okay, so now we know the exact. Thank you so much for checking.
No.
Oh yeah, that's Kanawaki. So that's Shadow Gay Kanawaki. So that's Kanawaki. Oh, I appreciate it. 1.1 kilometer.
Yeah.
Wow, is that far?
Yeah, it looks better closer than it is.
1,182 meters. Hey, thanks, buddy.
No worries.
Really cool, man. And that's precise, right? That's precise, right?
Yeah, it should be pretty good, like within a few meters.
I was gonna say half a kilometer, but wow. See you later, buddy. Hey, that's really cool. So see, that enables us to get technology, and now I can get the speculation with this, how many meters. So that's 1,100 meters. So then, of course, you would have to cross. You would have to, of course, get on that crossing for the side, and always meditate how we would cross in certain emergencies with that, you know. So it's something which we got to think about, because that's more than a kilometer, you know. More than a kilometer there. It's more than a kilometer. So to cross from here to there, being that it's a kilometer, and if we would have an emergency, of course, how we would satisfy to secure the island, you know, to secure the island. That's what it is for the securing of the island, you know. So that's what it is for that. So we gotta get it on the thinking of the security of the island. In terms of, it's a 2.5. It's like a small country, the island. Right? The island. So that's 1.2. So the island is 2.5 million. 2.5 million is like a small country, second most populated city in Canada, top 10 North America. So here on the island, it's like a small population. So in terms, let's say there's an invasion, or whatever the case may be, we'll have to secure. So we have to, whatever the case may be, I don't know if it could be subsistent. Subsistent farming, because I did urban farming for a few years. So yeah, we can grow urban farming, that I know, because I did it myself. I planted, I did all the farming on the macro, on the micro. Somebody wrote waste. 1 letter, 2, 3, 4, 5. Waste. But I guess it's not waste today. I'm working out, training, and I saw somebody hugging, kissing, almost kissing, an embrace. Kiss for me. Of course, hug for me, and we gotta get it on the go. And we gotta go get it on that now, you know. So, you know, I am a bit weird with whatever certain things, you know, with my Asperger's, and I predicted what's happening now today for North Carolina all day. DRT, debt refusion theory. Then we're gonna reach there. We're gonna switch to that French. So the DRT, what is the DRT? The DRT stands for D, debt, R, refusion, T for theory, So the DRT, debt refusion theory, is of course stands for D for debt, R, refusion, T for theory. Why do I say that is the only solution now? Due to the fact that we pay 46.5 billion in interest. in interest. That's how much we pay. That's how much we pay, in interest. So anyways, that's how much we pay in interest. So from here to that place, it's 1.1 meter. So in order to save people, we would have to, of course, close the island, right? In the technical matters, technical matters, technical matters, technical matters, technical matters, technical matters, technical. Anyways, that's what we're gonna go do it. So imagine that drill, that drill, that drill, that drill, man. So that's what we would have to do. This is worst case scenarios, though. These are worst case scenarios, but nowadays it's a possibilities. So of course it will be something which you would have to think about, to salvage the people here. There's 2.5 million people. 2.5 million people, 2.5 million people, 2.5 million people, 2.5 million people, of course. I would myself, of course, be salvaging, 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 salvaging. Yeah, so that's it, that's all. So that's it for that, and we're gonna salvage black, white, blacks. Sometimes we have subconscious racism, subconscious fears. Myself with Asperger's, I lost employment, lost friends, and I'm weird, weirdo. So that's what it is with that. 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 And somebody making love there. Oh, I love it. It's not all about fight, 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 fight. Takes a little bit of that love, man. Takes a little bit of that loving right there. That's worth defending. Those two people making a little bit. Hi. How are you guys? Financially stressed, but I'm grateful. I'm okay. You guys hear those? What are those called again? Yeah. Love you guys. We're making some good loving. It's important, love, It's not about fight. Gotta have some love. If we don't have love, you're not gonna put the armed forces defense dragging on. We gotta have love for all who live there, coast to coast, all who come to join us. Quebecer Canadians, those included there, getting some hugs and kisses and getting some of those loves, and they're there and gotta salute. And you need some loving, man. You got love. You want to love rainbow, black, white, and white. Give you kisses, hugs, stickers, whatever you need. Just ask, Just ask. Just ask. Don't mention my name, at least it's for a blessing. Otherwise, on your mouth, let it be pestilence. Don't mention my name unless it's for a blessing. Otherwise, on your mouth, let it be pestilence. Don't mention my name unless it's for a blessing. Otherwise, on your mouth, let it be pestilence. So, rock and roll song for you. So we're gonna get it on the XYZ, and we're gonna get it on the go, and gonna get that DRT, that refusion theory, for the creation of the UE. So we're gonna take all the public and the private debt, all the public and the private debt, all the public and the private debt. All the public and the private debt, all the public and the private debt, all the public and the private debt. And that's what we're gonna be doing with that, So here it is. Here it is, Here it is, We gotta get on that drill, So it's something which we're gonna discuss, the DRT, debt refusion theory, here for the creation of the UE. Gonna check out those XYZ, gonna get them on the go. Oh, yes, man. Fuck yeah, man. That's what I wanna do. Somebody getting engaged, man. Somebody getting engaged. See, they're blessed. They're singing for them, man. See, they're singing for the newly engaged, man. Here in the corner. He's singing, man. That's what I gotta do, but I don't have a ring. I don't have money to buy a ring, man. He's gonna be a special open cuckold marriage for me, but BDSM marriage, you know? Yeah, man, there's hope for a free world, see? They're getting engaged. That was good for you, man. It was just proposed. That was on the knees. Yeah, man. Just proposed, man. Yeah, man. They're getting proposed there, man. That's beautiful. I'm into interject, but got on their knees and get a proposal, man. Proposed, you know? I gotta let them space, man. Just witness the proposal, man. First time I witnessed. I never been to a marriage. 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 And they're there, I was on the knees proposing, and she accepted, and they kissed, you know. They kissed. They kissed, you know. So I'm gonna have to get it on that go, you know. So that's beautiful. And they had the 44. I counted 44, but maybe there were more. But I counted 44. I counted 44. Maybe there were more, but that's what I counted. 44 burr, 44 utard. Four ducks. Well, they weren't really ducks. They're migrating, going south, south. You know. So that was good, and he was on the wearing on that, but I'm still gonna propose. You know, they said yes, but the only one I'm gonna propose to is my anonymous friend. You know, anonymous sister friend. You know, open BDSM switch marriage though. Open BDSM switch cuckold marriage, man. Cuckold. General Rainbow Dragon cuck. General Rainbow Dragon cuckold, man. Rainbow Dragon cuckold, man. They want to make love to me, rainbow, black, white, and rainbow. Because I'm androgynous pansexual, so marriage different, you know, marriage different, bride different. Hope we're going to say yes. I'm the only person I'm going to ask, of course, is my anonymous friend, you know, sister. So we're going to get in on the go, with that. So we got to go on the go with that, so gonna go get it. So I'm happy for them. They're placed for the sunset. So there's the sunrises now. So that's the ending of them. Now they're getting engaged. They committed, you know. So they got a commitment. I've never seen that. Look at that beautiful red. I never saw that before in my life. That's beautiful, man. That's beautiful. Red, man. Look at that red. Red. It's nice, man. Anyways, DRT, debt refusion theory, DRT, debt refusion theory. D stands, why do I say that is the only solution now, due to the fact that now we pay. Why do I say that the motive behind me saying that the DRT, debt refusion theory, is the only solution now is due to the fact that we now pay 46.5 billion in interest. That's the amount of interest we pay on the public debt. The amount of interest we pay on the public debt, we pay 46.5, 46.5, you know. That's how much we pay. That's how much we pay in interest, man. That's the interest we pay, you know. That's the interest we pay. That's the interest we pay. That's the interest we pay. That's the interest we pay on the public debt, you know. You get those 5 ducks there, 5 ducks. See, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. D, RT is the only solution. D for debt. R for refusion. T for theory. The D, RT, debt refusion theory for the creation of the U. So that's what I say. That is the only. We pay 46.5 billion in interest. 46.5. 46.5 in interest. 46.5 billion in interest. 46.5 billion. 46.5. 46.5 billion in interest. Anyways, 46.5 billion in interest that we pay. 46.5, that's the amount of interest we pay. And I'm gonna just go down the middle. Here we're gonna go down the middle, discuss it, because I got a lot of people to get it on the go with that, and gotta go get it on the now. So DRT, debt refusion theory, my theory contains monetary integration theory. Monetary integration theory is exactly the theory which was implemented, the financial theory, which they implemented in the European Union. So they implemented the financial theory known as monetary integration theory. So my DRT contains monetary integration theory. Monetary integration theory. Monetary integration theory. So that's my theory. The DRT is the only solution. You can argue all you want, brothers and sisters. Gonna turn a little bit again towards the sunset and take some steps out, but the DRT is the only solution. The only solution. So why do I say that is the only solution? And those who, of course, argue otherwise, of course, they gotta check how much we pay interest. So the amount of interest which we pay now is, of course, on the public debt of Canada. Public debt of Canada is 46.5 billion. A billion is 1,000 million. That's 46,000. 46,000. That's 46,000. 46,000. That's 46,000 million. Million. That's how much it is. Million. 46,000 million. That's how much it is. That's how much it is. A billion has 9 zeros. 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 So my brothers and sisters, there's no other way but the DRT, the debt refusion theory. You can argue all you want, but the point remains that today we pay on the public debt of Canada 46.5 billion in interest. Billion in interest. Billion. In 2020-2021 fiscal year, it was 20.3 billion. That's 20,300. Now it more than double. Of course, due to COVID, and I had COVID, it was like death, pestilence, and disease. Death, pestilence, and disease. Like death, pestilence, and disease. It was like death, pestilence, and disease. It was like death, pestilence, and disease. In February, March, I survived it. I know that's what I say. It sounds like a rock and roll, hardcore metal, death metal song, but that's what it was. So that's what it was. So I survived it, got triple vaxxed. I had it in February 2020, February, March, right at the beginning. So having survived it, that's what I say, that is the only solution now. Where we are now. It's the only solution. There's no other solution. You can argue left, right, and center for the next year, 3.5 years, 5 years, 7 years, 11 years, more than 44 years. More than 44 years. You can argue, but there's no solution but my DRT. So we're going to take all the public and the private debt. I'm going to explain it, and keep in mind that my theory contains what's called monetary integration theory. So in my theory, my theory, the DRT, the debt refusion theory, contains within it monetary integration theory. And monetary integration theory is, of course, the financial theory which was implemented in the European Union in the 90s, and it started before that. The Europeans, they destroyed their central banks, they destroyed their old currencies, they destroyed, of course, the Germans got rid of the Deutschmark, the Italians got rid of the lira, and of course the other ones got rid of whatever the case may be. The French got rid of the French. They created a new currency. And we got to get it on those currencies. And they created, of course, the new currency called the euro, and the central bank, the ECB. So my DRT theory contains monetary integration theory, which of course was exactly what was done in the European Union with creating the ECB, European Central Bank, and the common currency. So my DRT theory is, of course, on the DRT for the creation of the UE, and of course they also got to get it on the crossing here on the side. We're gonna get out of the way for the cyclists. Gotta get it on the fast, and gotta get it on the fast for the go, gotta get it faster on the go with that. So yes, that's what it is. That's what it is with that. So they always gotta get it on the goes. So the DRT, debt refusion theory for the creation of the UE, is the only solution. The motive, the reason I say that, of course it is the only solution, is of course because and due to the fact that now we pay 46.5 billion, 46.5 billion, 46.5 billion, 46, 46.5 billion, 46.5 billion, 46, 46.5 billion. That's the amount we pay. That's the amount we pay. That's the amount we pay in interest on the public debt, and that's what it is for that. So that's the amount of interest only. Keep in mind that, of course, that's what it is for that. So that's what it is for the doing, man. So the DRT, debt refusion theory, we gotta create the UE. So I'm gonna try to explain as much as I can, and we're gonna go do it for the go, man. So the DRT, debt refusion theory, debt refusion theory, debt refusion theory. So that's what it is with that, and we're gonna get on that creation, and to create the UE. So this is what it is explained. We're gonna take on the go, and we're gonna get it on the do, and gonna create the DRT. They're safe playing a little bit. They need a little bit of encouragement and keep playing safely. And I love that. But get it on the go. We're gonna play that defense. Dragon Army, channel the aggression with push-ups and hugs, 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 push-ups and hugs, push-ups and hugs, push-ups and hugs, man. Push-ups and hugs, that's what it is, man. That's what it is. So DRT, we pay 46.5 billion in interest. There's no way but my DRT theory. The DRT. We're gonna take all the public and the private debt. So my debt is 10,000. All this is the DRT explained. I'm gonna try to be as less intellectual, sophisticated, cosmopolitan, and academic, and use as less complex language as I can, because being Raspis, we tend to be overly verbose, sophisticated, philosophical in our philosophical dictums in terms of the manners, especially when we discuss our obsessive interest or points in hand when there's really no need. So DRT stands for debt refusion theory. It includes monetary integration theory, monetary integration theory. So it includes that, All right. Gonna propose, man. Proposing again, man. Yeah, man. Let's hope, man. Gotta get on that propositions, man. Always happy, man, when I see love, but it's gotta be me. I'm androgynous pansexual, so it's gonna have to be a different type of marriage, a 21st century, man. Cuckold marriage, man. BDSM switch. Cuck marriage, cuckold, man. Cuckold marriage, man. Yeah, I don't even have money to buy a ring, man. Got 3 rings. Hey, second one, I never seen that before. That's the third one I see. Well, kind of the first one wasn't really, but kind of being on the go, and you gotta get on those toes, man. So that's what it is with that, Freedom gotta be insured, man. That's what I know. Coast to coast, ocean to ocean, food, housing, is freedom, liberty, something new under the sun, Mr. Solomon. Something new Under the sun, Mr. Solomon. Something new, you know? Freedom is new under the sun, Mr. Solomon, you know? Freedom gotta be insured and responsibilities, and very few of us are worthy to fight in the cause of freedom, you know? It's something which is financial pressures, blackmails, you know? Got a tiny little clit dick, scars all over. Don't need to spy on me. Secret services of China, secret services of Russia, secret services Stasi are gone to 1989 November. The Securitate was a notorious Eastern European Ceausescu's secret police, one of the most repressive and from what I know, from what I've read, the most. They were really good at what they were doing, though. They were, from what we know historically, for more than 25 years, they were able to tap the whole population. So everybody was phones and monitor extensively, like they had never done before. Like never done before. Like never done before. Like never before in the history of police, state police. But we need security, we need service, you know, we need security. It cannot be just based on strength and fitness and strength and power and violence. We have to have love, understanding, and somebody propose, somebody making that good love, their children. You don't gotta change some diapers, drag an army for the free world, you know, if you're gonna put on a uniform, not merc. So DRT, that refusion theory for the creation of the UE, that's what we're gonna be able to do with that, and that's what we're gonna be able to do it on the go and do it on the now, you know. So that's what we're gonna be able to do. That's what we're gonna be able to do with that, you know. So DRT, debt refusion theory for the creation of the UE, is the only solution now where we are financially, because we pay 46.5 billion in interest. That's how much interest we pay, you know. Just the interest on the debt. Just the interest on the debt. Just the interest. We'd more than double. It went from 2021, 2020, 2021. It went from 20.3 times 2 to 40.6. 40.6. That would have been double. 40.6. It's more than double. It's 46. 46. 46. 46. So XYZ, again, I'm going to explain DRT. It includes monetary integration theory. We're going to take all the public and the private debt of Canada, my $10,000 included, due to the fact that the United States dollar still is the currency of choice for international trade, global finance, world affairs, tourism, import, export, and other matters. But we're going to convert all the public-private debt of Canada to US dollars. All that money, we're going to convert it into a new currency based on the value of the US dollar. We're going to call it the UE. U dot. Universal E dot exchange unit. U dot U dot U dot universal E dot exchange unit. U dot universal E dot exchange unit. The universal exchange unit. The UE, the UE, the UE, the UE, the UE, the UE. The universal exchange unit. U dot universal E dot exchange unit. The UE. For the creation, of course, of the UE, the DRT, all that money is gonna be, of course, a public-private debt. Public-private debt. Public-private debt. The public-private debt will be, of course, the universal exchange unit, the universal exchange unit, the universal exchange unit. So that's what we're gonna be doing. I'm gonna get a little bit of hydration here again. So we're going to hydrate fitness journey, and thank those who build it. Imagine all the work just to have this water here, all the aqueducts, the sewers, the canal, the brains, and the muscle underneath. Underneath. There's so many places we're gonna need to get that infrastructure. By my DRTT, we're gonna be able to do lots of work with that. Lots of work, rebuild the infrastructure of the collective North American complex for the dream. Fundamentally, the dancing goddess and the dragon kingdom is fundamentally a call for a public-private partnership, a call for a public-private partnership, a call for a public-private partnership across the collective North American civilizational complex, across the North American civilizational complex, across the collective North American civilizational complex, across the collective North American civilizational complex. Let's go for that detox. Drink some water. Right. So the DRT, debt refusion theory, for the creation, of course, of the universal exchange unit, U dot universal, E dot exchange unit, the UE, the UE, the UE. So this is the DRT explained. Again, keep in mind that my DRT, debt refusion theory, contains monetary integration theory. As I head back to headquarters now. So what is monetary integration theory again? Is the theory, the financial theory, which was implemented in the European Union, in the European Union, in the European Union, in the European Union, there was the implementation of the theory called monetary integration theory, monetary integration theory, monetary integration theory, monetary integration theory. That was, of course, the creation of the European. What the Europeans did, they created the ECB, a new central bank. Many countries, they destroyed their central banks. They destroyed their central banks. They destroyed their currency. They created a common currency. They created a common currency, and they created a common bank, common central bank, common central bank, common central bank. That's what they did. That's what they did. Back in the 90s, it started in the 50s. So we're gonna do the same, but different. Because my DRT theory is the only solution due to the fact again that we pay 46.5 billion in interest. So we pay 46.5 billion in interest. That's why my statement is that it's the only solution, and it is. You can argue all you want, but the DRT is the only solution now where we are. It's more than doubled in 3 years. The interest only, debt servicing. Just paying the interest again on the debt is just the interest. It's not the principal. It's just the interest, the UE, universal, U dot universal, E dot exchange unit is the only solution by the DRT, the new currency. For the North American civilizational complex, Canada, US, it could be expanded transatlantic with the NATO, but first for Canada, then Canada, US, then Mexico, part of North American countries, Haiti, Cuba, Mexico, Jamaica, Dominican Republic, right? And of course, the other ones, whatever the case may be. That's what it is. We're gonna get doing on that. So we're gonna create the UE, the Universal Exchange Unit, based on biometrics. So we're gonna take all the debt. You know, that's what we're gonna do with that. So we're gonna go doing on that XYZ, and we're gonna get doing on the love, you know. So we're gonna take all the debt, public and private, public and private. And again, the DRT, keep in mind, it includes monetary integration. Oh wow. Excusez-moi. C'est quoi votre... C'est comme un petit loup, là? Oh non, pas de danger, mon cher. C'est quoi le chien? C'est... Celui-là, l'autre, il ressemble à un loup de l'Alaska. Ok. Wow, il est vraiment beau. Bienvenue. Vraiment beau, mon petit. Mon gros. Bye. That's a beautiful dog. I thought it was looks like an Arctic wolf, man. Like a wolf. Anyways, I can't pet them too much. I can pet poodles, but wow. Just, it's a mix. It's a mix. I like them from afar. I love them from afar, you know. I just very rare. I guess the mix get it beautiful like that, you know. I don't know the breeds too much, but that one was, it made me think of a documentary I saw during COVID. I think like 3.5 years ago. It looked by Richard Attenborough, the narrator Richard Attenborough. It was something about Arctic wolves, and it kind of made me think of that one. That's why I said it must be something special, man. Made me something special. But anyways, point is that of course, the DRT, debt refusion theory, the DRT, debt refusion theory, the DRT, debt refusion theory. It is the only solution. That's what it is on that. So that's what it is for that. So the DRT, debt refusion theory, of course, for the creation of the UE. Is the only solution. So why the motive that I say? The motive is that we pay 46.5 billion in interest. 46.5 billion in interest. 46.5 billion in interest. 46.5 billion in interest. That's the motive that I say that. And of course, that's just what it is for that, you know. Anyways. Anyways, gotta get it on the go, man. DRT again, super important that I discuss it fully. So D stands for D, debt, R, refusion, and T for theory. It includes monetary integration theory. Monetary integration theory is exactly the financial theory implemented in the European Union. The Europeans destroyed, got rid of their central banks, and of course they got rid of their central banks. They destroyed their central banks. They destroyed their own currencies. Germany, Italy, France, and many countries. They created a common central bank in the 90s, long ago, and of course they created a common central bank in the 90s, long ago. They created a central bank in the 90s, long ago, in the 90s. That's what they created. A central bank in the 90s. That's what they created. A central bank in the 90s. In the 90s, in the 90s. In the 90s, in the 90s. And that's what it is for that, and that's what it is for that, and that's it is for that, So in the 90s, that's what they created. So having created a central bank, they created a common currency, the UE, the Universal EU, Universal Exchange Unit. So that's what they did, of course. So this is the DRT. My DRT is the only solution. It comes from the curse of Asperger's, being that I have the obsessive interests, and one of my obsessive interests, the Holy Trinity, is geopolitics in parallel with fitness. Dancing is my favorite sport. Love dancing. Can dance for hours. So I can march and work out pretty intensely. You can see it. I got proof. And of course, that with rock and roll. So that trinity of theories, that trinity of theories, that trinity of theories. So that's what we need to be doing, that trinity of theories we need to be doing with that. There we go. So we're gonna go on the go, and we're gonna continue with the ride in, and we're gonna continue moving now. We're moving from the south, we're going north, still for North Carolina. What's that? 55555. Anyways, so the DRT explained again. D stands for debt, R for refusion, T for theory. Is the only solution, brothers and sisters, due to the fact that we pay so much in interest. Just the interest we pay on the debt servicing. The interest we pay on the public debt of Canada is 46.5 billion. That's 46,000 million. 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 That's 46,000 million, 46,000 million. That's a billion. That's 9 zeros, That's 9 zeros. So that's what it is with that. So that's 9 zeros. That's 9 zeros what it is, man. It's enormous. It was 20.3. Oh yeah, these are nice red trucks, man. That's a nice truck. Oh yeah. Just love this red, man. Red. Love it. Red. Turn my head left and right. I have $1, but I'm not gonna go. I'm not gonna go for the machines. I need to save money to buy a ring for marriage proposal. Oh yeah, let's see what they're showing there. Oh, they're showing some cage fight. Oh, the hockey season. Reduce the cost of the tickets. They have a nice place. It's a nice place. I don't have money now, but I would go for a beer sometimes, I don't drink much. 1 beer for me is enough. 2 I can handle. 3 max policy. Maximum 5, actually. if it's Canadian, maximum 5 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 if it's Canadian. If it's Canadian, maximum 5. If it's US or otherwise North American, I guess North American for me it's local, you know. I go all the way to Mexico for North America. So 5 it's North American. If it's not North American beer, 3 max. If it's North American beer, 5 max. Dragon policies, man, policies. You know, you gotta have some. I mean, not you don't have to, but those are mine. Rainbow Dragon, those are mine. Geopolitics, dancing, fitness, working out, training, exercising, and rock and roll. Some mystic with that, and lots of loving, and I heal a lot. This is the DRT. Comes out of the paradox. Out, of course, having Asperger's, my obsessive interest being geopolitics. When you study geopolitics, you gotta have some knowledge. You gotta have some knowledge. Gotta have some. You gotta have some knowledge. Gotta have some knowledge. Gotta have some knowledge, you know. Five yards away. The Asperger's, we have a condition, we tend to get too close to people. That's a symptom. We tend to repeat things twice, 3 times. We tend to have echolalia. Echolalia is repeating the same sentence that we hear, same sentence or paragraph fully, which people who don't know what Asperger's is, aka high functioning autism, it can be annoying. And making only friends with benefits now, only friends with benefits now, only. Only friends with benefits now. See, the cyclists, they pass safe and they're safe. They got their backs here, coast to coast. Gonna play that defense, DRT, debt refusion theory. It is the only solution. You can argue all you want, I'm gonna explain it again. We're gonna take all the public-private debt. My debt is $10,000 to the RBC. So I got a debt of $10,000 to the RBC. So I got myself debt. I got $10,000 to the RBC. $10,000 to the RBC. So that's my debt. My debt is $10,000 to the RBC. My debt is $10,000 to the RBC. That's my debt. $10,000 to the RBC. $10,000 to the RBC. Royal Bank of Canada. That's my debt. $10,000 to the RBC. $10,000 to the Royal B Bank C Canada. RBC. Royal Bank of Canada. Royal Bank of Canada. To the RBC. That's my debt. $10,000. So we're gonna take all the debt, public and private, my $10,000 to the RBC, yours coast to coast. All that money, due to the fact that the United States dollar still is the currency of choice for world trade, international business, global finance, import, export, and economic affairs, we're gonna convert all the public and the private debt. 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 We're gonna convert it to US dollars. To US dollars. To US dollars, 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 to US dollars. We're gonna convert it to US dollars. All that money, we're gonna add it with the US public and private debt. We're gonna add it with the US public and private debt. Add it with the US public and private debt. We're gonna add it with the US public and private debt. We're gonna add it with the United States public and private debt. So add it all up. It could be Mexico, North America first, Canada first, US first, then North America, and then whoever wills. So all the public and the private debt, convert it to US dollar. US dollar, we don't have to do the conversion, but all the debt is going to be the initial money supply for this new central bank. All the debt, public and private debt, is going to be the initial money supply for this new central bank. That's the DRT. We're gonna create a currency called the UE, based on the value of the US dollars. UE, universal U dot, universal E dot, exchange, U dot, unit, universal exchange unit, the UE. We're gonna set an interest rate level of 10%. After that, it could be less, 3.33, 1.56, 6.1, 9.3, 7.70. 3.33, 1.56, 9.3, 7.70, 6.1, 9.3, below 10, below 10%, 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 below 10%. It can be below 10%, but not more, not more. So 10% maximum, 10% maximum. That's what we're gonna be creating. The UE, the Universal Exchange Unit. The UE. Based on the value of the US dollar, we're gonna freeze the prices of bacon, price of milk, price of bread, price of sugar, price of eggs, and other goods. We're gonna freeze the prices, set a standard, freeze the prices, freeze the prices. We're gonna freeze them. Secure food, housing, and transport. Build. With that money, we're gonna be able to build the infrastructure of the North American Civilizational Collective, of the collective North American Civilizational Complex of North America, of North America, of North America, of North America. The infrastructure rebuilding, finance citizens to work out, train, exercise, finance citizens to do tourism, to travel intra-North American, because it's kind of saved my whole life, right? We're going to, of course, be able to do that. We're going to be able to do so much good. A lot of good. After that, we're going to be able to, of course, open up some mountains and build the two complementary cooperative corporations. The Dancing Goddess and the Dragon Kingdom, the Dancing Goddess and the Dragon Kingdom. The Dancing Goddess and the Dragon Kingdom, the Dancing Goddess and the Dragon Kingdom complementary cooperative institutions. Parallel with that, the Dragon is two complementary cooperative institutions. That's what we're going to be able to do with that money. It's not just for me, it's for me, for you, for us. It's the only solution. You're going to argue all you want, you know. You can argue all you want. That's what it is with that. So argue all you want. The DRT is the only solution. 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 The DRT is the only solution, you know. That's what it is. The DRT, the debt refusion theory. The DRT is the only solution. The DRT is the only solution. North America, thank you bus drivers, butchers, bakers, nurses, doctors, grocery store clerks, all involved in the production, distribution of food. All the butchers, all the bakers, the truckers, the nurses, the doctors. With that money, we're gonna do a lot of good. Finance, rebuild, build hydroelectric dams here, build hydroelectric dams, build hydroelectric dams, build hydroelectric dams, build hydroelectric dams there, you know. That's what we're gonna be able to do a lot of good with that, and build more social housing, rebuild and play that defense like the hardball ball, like my blackout of memory, you know, and remember only past years and like solution. This is the solution. Now where we are, there's no solution but the DRT. You can argue left, right, and center, and that's the only solution, and that is the lights. Imagine now I gotta do a meditation, you know, because I'm in that World War III mode since 2019 October, but we have to think about bio. What if, of course, there will be bioweapons? We're gonna have to get that hand sanitized. Sanitize the hand, wash the hand, clean with soap, hand sanitize, sanitize. Get that sanitation before you cross, after you touch it. Myself included, gonna get that hand sanitized, and I open carry my disinfectant, you know. Now as I'm going home, the DRT, debt refusion theory for the creation of the U, is the only solution. We're gonna take all the public and the private debt, we're gonna refuse it, all the public and the private debt. So all the public and the private debt, all the public and the private debt, all the debt, public and private. Here I gotta press it again, so when I reach later on, I'm gonna do that disinfectant because I got it in the backpack. So after the third one later, because I counted, I know there's not gonna be another one, and I know that I pressed it only with my thumb of the left hand, thumb of the left hand. I'm gonna monitor if I got any symptoms, any itchiness. These are extreme, of course, conditions, but hey, between 1947 and 1991, there were so many bioweapons. So many bioweapons between 1947 and 1991, so many bioweapons. Between 1947 and 1991, for more than 44 years and 9 months, from March 1997 till December 1991, for the 44 years and 9 months of the Cold War, there was bioengineering, bioweapons, ICBM rockets, which can reach us here, can travel more than 8,000 kilometers. From Moscow to Montreal, it's 8,500 kilometers. They could even travel 10,000 plus, even more than 9,000, more than 10,000. For the one that can travel the most distance is supposedly the Yars. The Soviet Union has about 44 or so. Estimated they could have more. It can travel 10,500 kilometers in theory. From Montreal to Moscow it is. From Montreal to Moscow it is. From Montreal to Moscow it is. The 8,500 kilometers. So they could even travel more. Now it's my turn to cross, and gonna get it on that goal. When I get there, we're gonna get it on the thumb. So get it on the thumb. So we gotta create the UE, the Universal Exchange Unit. So I go back home now. So I always gotta meditate. Gotta meditate what's happening now across North America. Gotta get those butchers, the butchers, the bakers, the nurses, and all those involved now, and the Hydro-Quebec workers. Gotta be thinking about them. Gotta be thinking about them. Gotta be thinking about them, Gotta be thinking about that. What's going on with that? So it says now, we gotta think about those poles strategically. I got that thumb, which doesn't show any signs. Of course, I'm doing meditative state. If there would be a biological weapon emergency, we create a lot of bioweapons, during 1947, 1989, more than 44 years. 44 years and 9 months. 44 years and 9 months. Officially, 44 years and 9 months. That was the official length, the duration of the Soviet Union and the proxy wars. Soviet Union led in the Eastern Bloc, Warsaw Pact, and the 15 socialist Soviet republics, of which many countries were part: Moldova, Ukraine, other things like that, and other nations. And I know geopolitics, so I was almost trying to deviate and start discussion there, but gonna do a revision. Of course, we gotta get it on the XYZ. We gotta get it on the XYZ. We gotta get it on that XYZ. So that's what we're gonna be doing on that. So that's what we're gonna be doing on that, So that's what we're gonna be doing for the drill. So we're gonna take all the public and the private debt. We're gonna convert it to US dollars, Canada coast to coast, including my 10,000. All that money, we're gonna create a new currency, a new central bank, North American Central Integrated Bank, to issue a new currency. That your currency, the currency is gonna be called the UE, Universal Exchange Unit. University based on the US dollar, we're going to set an interest rate level of 10% max. With all that money, we're going to be able to rebuild the infrastructure of the North American Civilisation of Collective. And I'm calling on Bill Gates, Scorpio brother Bill Gates of Black Hawk, Black Rock, Black Stone. Not a Scorpio, Larry Fink is CEO of Black Rock. Not Black Stone is another one. They're two different ones. Another Scorpio, and Joe Biden, another Scorpio. Joe Biden, another Scorpio. Joe Biden, another Scorpio. Joe Biden, another Scorpio. Another Scorpio, Joe Biden, Joe Biden is another Scorpio. So that's what it is with that, and we're going to create it on that go, and that's what it is for that, and we're going to create it on the go with that. So we're going to get it on the go with that, So that's what we got to be able to do, to memorize and think about it in terms of a biological weapon. We got to imagine that. Got to get that done, but it's possible, I've been on that meditative state ever since 1947, 1991. So many were built, So much. So many bioweapons. ICBM rockets, nuclear warheads. We're closer to nuclear war than ever is. I don't know, maybe I read the news, I do an analysis, and then I see again. I see again. I see the news. Nuclear explosions. People's Republic of China invades Taiwan. The Republic of China. Republic of China is Taiwan. Republic of China is Taiwan. Dates for them 20th century. That's their unresolved conflict. That's their unresolved conflict. That's their unresolved conflict, you know? That's what they have. They have unresolved conflicts from the 20th century, which have now reignited. Middle East, Europe, no war like that in 70 years. Potentially Taiwan, China, the third spot. Wow, imagine, this is Third World War. I predicted it in a General Man in 2019. Oh, I like that. It's a zero. Now we're going to have to switch to that French. And again, basically I'm calling for a public-private partnership. They're going to take a PPP. That's what I call on Bill Gates, Scorpio brother Joe Biden, Scorpio brother Larry Fink. It could be Sagittarius brothers and sisters, and Leos and Pisces and all the astrological signs. But we need to get around that DRT, man. We're going to be able to do lots of good with the money. Lots of good with the money. So much goodness. Reconstruct and play that defense like the hardball ball. Create the two complementary covenant cooperative institutions. The Dragon Army. North American citizen for service, defense, or security only. For service, security, and defense only. For service, security, and defense. Here I'm going to press another one. So I got on the thumb. So I always only press with the thumb. And I know there was one and there's a fifth one. Fifth and last one at the corner, and then I can go without pressing any other buttons. For a while at least. So I'm going to be directing that way. So the DRT, debt refusion theory, we're going to take all the public and the private debt. All the public and the private debt. We're going to be refusing it. So all that money, public and private debt, is going to be the initial money supply for a new central bank. It's going to be the initial money supply for a new central bank. It's going to be the initial money supply for a new central bank. And it's going to be in the trillions. Set an interest rate level of 10%. Set an interest rate level of 10% max. Below it can be, not more, by principle. That's all, basically, with the principle. We're going to freeze the prices of goods, and we're going to do lots of good with that. So we're going to rebuild the infrastructure of North America. We're going to do rebuilding of the infrastructure of the North American Collective Complex. We're going to be opening up some mountains like that Cheyenne Mountain. And we're going to be doing 44 tunnels. The tunnels are, of course, inspired by the tunnels in Tokyo. The tunnels in Tokyo have been inspired for me now recently. I saw them about 5 days ago. In Tokyo, there was building of the tunnels underneath. So kind of on those parallels with the building of those tunnels, how they were. I'm pretty sure we can do that engineering here. That engineering which we can do right here. But I think it's a bit technical on the technical side, which we cannot maybe do so much. But I'm sure North Americans are going to have that capability. North Americans, we're going to have that capability. North America, we're going to have that capability. I'm sure Quebecers built so many dams here. Myself, Quebecer, Canadian, North American, was born as a man, as a woman in past lives, past incarnations, and that's what it is with that. I'm weird mystic. I believe in those reincarnations, and it's my home here, you know. That's what I believe. Second home is the mountain, and I moved. I just remember, I got blackouts, like a memory, and I remember like a hit trauma, and you know, a dislocated shoulder, and went to the hospital, and I was out for a few days on medication. And then before that is basically I had a Cillian pirate episode. I had my own Cillian pirate episodes. I had lived my own Cillian pirates episode. I lived my own Cillian pirate episodes. It's an episode in Julius Caesar's life when he was abducted. So I kind of lived something similar. And then before that, my memories blackout. And I have flashes. It's a blackout. It just kind of goes black, dark. That's basically. Well, I'm gonna end it with that. I'm gonna switch it to that French now. Grateful, thankful, electricity bills paid. Paid my rent. Got food, got coffee, and gonna go drill it for that. Gonna go drill it for and I'm gonna go drill it on that, and that's when I'm gonna go drill it, and That's what I'm gonna go on the cross the street here safely, prudently. There's a pedestrian. Pedestrians are supposed to stop and be careful, but see, is that pedestrian. So they're supposed to stop, but they're coming from there. So do a final meditation and then switch to French. Thank you, farmers, butchers, bakers, nurses, doctors. Imagine all the highways when they were built in the 20th century. Take some of that old school with a new school. How many truckers now going Canada, United States, Mexico, railway conductors, LOV. To the railway conductors, you gotta send some love. It's not all about the money. It's not all about fighting. You gotta have a little bit of loving, kissing and hugging. You gotta get some of that love, you know. Take some of that good love and take somebody hug like you never hugged before. And if you want some of that rainbow loves, I got hugs, I got kisses by the tree inscripted from the goddess. Support building the tree. Forgotten goddess temple on the mountain, on the mountain, on the mountain. Rainbow dragon, house of the dragon, house of the dragon, house of the dragon. Forgotten goddess temple. And a third building with that, a third building with that, a third building with that. Forgotten goddess temple. Help sport build it. Forgotten goddess temple. And another building with that. And please do not pollute. Put it in the trash. Put it in the garbage. Do not pollute. This can fly, of course. Can fly in a car and fly somebody damaged, potential. So this needs to be recycled. Just put it in the recycling. You know, it's a big box. Imagine it flies. It's windy. It flies. Somebody doesn't see it. You prevent an accident on the road. Because it's super big, so it needs to be recycled, you know. So it was there, and it's windy, and it could go down, go down, and imagine it goes on a car, it falls on a car, so put this in the trash, put it in the garbage, I just found it there, but imagine the security, of course, geopolitical meditation, that it goes on the car, it opens, and you get a prevention of saving 5 lives, 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 so the whole family, let's say, the whole family, you know, saving 5 lives, whatever the case may be. So that's why we gotta go do it on the drill, and we gotta go do it on the now, and that's why we gotta go doing on the drill and meditate. Butchers, bakers, truckers, all those involved. And here's another one, the last one for now. So I'm gonna need to be cleaning my thumb when I touch this. So I'm gonna be doing a disinfectant there in the lights, right there. We're gonna go right in the light, put down, disinfect, and we're gonna need to do that drill and meditate, and gonna get it for that French, you know, because that's what we end up at Prive. But nonetheless, doing a meditation now. Of course, these numbers exist in real time from Canada coast to coast. Mario Masca and Mario, that's that Latin motto. Gotta go all the way to the 50 states. Go North Carolina, go. Sending some love, of course. This one's for North Carolina. All this rock and roll vlog. Geopolitical, of course, imagining this, I would be there if I would have been there. On this marching spirit, moving some, whatever the case may be. Whatever needed to be done. Sometimes takes doing, being, and philosophy. It's not all about fighting. It's not all about the money. Take some loving to ensure that freedom, blah, blah, blah. Dragon Army, 21st Century Public-Private Partnership for the North American Collective Civilizational Complex, for the complex of the North American Civilizational Complex. Coast to coast, look at that big truck. What does it carry in it? Has to be secured. Warehouse and logistics, you know. Logistics gotta be that security first. Security with liberty and freedom and prosperity, you know. True north, strong and free. Gotta add that. Love, lovingly. Joy and prosperity, you know. You gotta add to that, you know. Brave, the home of the brave, home of the free. I was there, born 3 times, once a woman, twice as a man. You gotta add that home of the loving also. Home of the sharing is caring. Home of the sharing is caring. Home of the loving. Home of the butchers. Home of the bakers. Home of the nurses. Home of the truckers. It's not all about Wall Street. Thank you, truckers, bakers, butchers, nurses, doctors, grocery store clerks. You're gonna go drill it there and drill it on the side, and you're gonna put down the. Then you're gonna go right for the. Gonna clean my hands now, so I'm just gonna lay down here because I see a spot. I'm gonna do that cleaning time. So it's time for me to disinfect my hands. So right here, I believe it's the spot where I can do it. If not, let's go further down. Okay, let's do it further down. So doing for those bakers, butchers, nurses, doctors, grocery store clerks, and always meditating how many trucks now going. And you know, I served in the SPVM in a past life at the beginning of the RCMP, 3.5 years, and I was a man, a woman, past lives, incarnations across North America. North Americans unite. Go North Carolina, gotta be that LOV for North Carolina. I'm gonna sit down there somewhere to just disinfect. Maybe they're getting on their drills and saying what they're working with there. And because this is a warehouse, and you know, I gotta be thinking about securing liberty and defense. Defense, as I am a geopolitical analyst and theorist, and of course, this has to be coast to coast, ocean to ocean. North Americans unite. Support the dream, the dancing goddess, and the dragon kingdom, which is fundamentally my call for a public-private partnership, across the collective North American civilizational complex across North America, encouraging all to work out, train, exercise for fitness. Super important to get that fitness, you know, fitness, and that's super important, you know. Fitness is important, and always got to thinking of that fitness, you know. Always got to be thinking about the fitness. Always we got to be thinking about the fitness. And always got to be thinking in terms of geopolitics, strictly and merely from a defensive perspective. Strictly and merely from a defensive perspective. From defense, you know. Defensive perspective. We're going to play that D like that hardball ball. We're going to play that D like that hardball ball. We're going to play that D like that hardball ball. We're going to play that D like that hardball ball. We're going to play that D like that hardball ball, you know. Gonna take a little bit of that vigor, strength, and it takes a little bit of that strength, it takes a little bit of that love, you know. It takes a little bit of that loving, you know. It's not all about Wall Street. It's not all about the money. Not all about the money. Gotta be sharing me and his being his, and look at those truckers, gotta give them some love. Somebody making good love to the firefighters. Love your firefighters, North American firefighters. Love your bakers. Look at that big truck, man. Respect. Look at that big, huge truck passing by, and we got many trucks. And I always admire the truckers, the butchers, the bakers, the firefighters. And see, truckers, part of North Americans' prosperity. Here we're gonna get that disinfect. And so you never know, you know. I gotta be thinking. I've been in the World War III most since 2019. Since this October, and you know, there's antibacterial, made in Canada hand sanitizer. 20 seconds, let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Add 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There we go. Put a little bit too much, but hey, let us save this. Sorry, now I'm disinfecting. Hands are disinfected, so put the backpack. Thank you for the food donation. Got about between 22 pounds and 44 max. Minimum 22 pounds, 44 max. Minimum 22, 44. So think about North Carolina. I love you, North Carolina. Now we're gonna love some of that French, because we love our French here in Quebec. Ready? Love you, North Carolina. Make love tonight. Hug with consent like you never hugged before. Thank you, butchers, bakers, nurses. Rent's paid, electricity bills paid. Let's go. 44 minutes. More than 45 minutes. More than 44 minutes for that French. Bienvenue. On est déjà sur l'entraînement physique à la 3e pour la Caroline du Nord. Je vous encourage à faire l'entraînement physique. Je médite toujours en géopolitique, et puis aujourd'hui je célèbre, je marque 5 ans depuis que j'ai conclu qu'on se dirige, l'humanité entière, vers une conflagration internationale. Oui, vous avez bien entendu, j'ai la preuve. En 2019, j'ai conclu que l'être humain, l'humanité, se dirige encore vers une conflagration internationale. Vous savez que j'ai l'Asperger's, soit l'autisme hautement fonctionnel, donc j'ai ces intérêts obsessifs. Puis quand je suis préoccupé, je suis un analyste et théoricien en géopolitique, artiste, athlète, philosophe, et bien sûr un mystique. Ben, C'est principalement la Trinité chez nous, 24 sur 24 depuis bien des années. C'est l'entraînement physique, l'analyse, la théorie en géopolitique, et puis bien sûr le sport, l'entraînement physique, la danse est mon sport préféré. Puis bien sûr le rock'n'roll là, pour les camionneurs qui changent. Les aqueducs, le travailleur public, ça travaille dans mes provinces, des fois ça danse et puis ça dort pas, réveille. Bienvenue ben, des centrales de l'Hydro-Québec, puis ben net soit bien. Pour le rock'n'roll des îles-de-la-Madeleine, on est dans des régions de Montréal, la métropole, mais on a des arbres encore, la flore, la faune, ça danse, tendinette, bouge des fesses. Oups, ça s'appelle quoi ça? Je dis le twerk. Et bon, un petit rock'n'roll, c'est 24 sur 24 le rock'n'roll pour vous, mais c'est ça qui est ça, je fais du rock'n'roll. J'en compose des chansons au quotidien, français, anglais bien sûr, la composition du français. Du Québec. Puis ici, bien sûr, je vois les camionneurs, fait que j'en compose au quotidien. Pour les camionneurs sur la route de l'Amérique du Nord. Les camionneurs sont sur la route. Ils traversent l'Amérique du Nord. Commence dans 2 jours. We're starting the season in 2 days.
Yeah.
Against Toronto. Usually
Yeah.
it's against Toronto.
No, like I went to the prospects.
Yeah.
The prospects. Like
Yeah.
The young kids. I went to the Montreal, Toronto.
Yeah,
And
man.
Toronto won. Yeah, but look, last month.
I saw the shirt. I saw the Habs. I said, you must love the Habs.
Yeah.
Did you see when they won the last cup? Were you there in the 90s? You saw it?
Well, I wasn't at the game, but I was at the parade.
The last one, eh? 90,
Parade.
93?
Yeah, 93. I was at
Wow,
the parade.
man, 93.
And I was at the one before that.
Were you riding? Were you the one right?
No, not on the bus. Not on the bus. In front of the Montreal Forum.
I saw footage. The people just went like crazy.
I was 13, 14 years old. I was downtown with the riot, and that for that one. And then the other one, I was at the bar. I went out, walked up the street, and people were taking sledgehammers, smashing all the fucking windows.
But we won, bro. Why would you do that?
Because they had it set up. Fucking vans would pull up, and they smashed the window.
But we
grab a
won,
whole
bro.
no, but they grab a whole. No, but they just, it
I
was a
know.
reason to rob the stores.
Oh, fuck.
So like,
So you lived that, man. Experience it.
man, it's like,
The 24th, right? 24th Cup.
Yeah, I was downtown. Everybody, they
Yeah,
made
man.
their own little 2-4s,
Yeah.
and the guy walking around with little aluminum foil Stanley cups.
Yeah. Patrick Roy
And
in
it's
the
like, yeah, I was
nets.
up on the hill. It was like
Anyways, man.
and at that time, it's like, yeah, I had. By that point, yeah, I think I had my daughter with me. A little. And Daddy's like, what? It's like
She doesn't even probably care about hockey.
Oh, now.
Then I mean.
Now it's like she lives in Ontario.
Didn't understand
but
what
she
was
lives
going
in
on. Like,
Ontario.
what's this?
No, but she lives in Ontario. Well, fuck the Leafs. It's like, yeah, she's still a Canadiens fan.
All right,
man.
man.
The kids are all dressed like my
How many kids you got?
Well, I have 2, but my 2 have 3 each. So I have 6 grandchildren.
Oh, you're a granddaddy?
6 times.
What? No way, man.
6 times.
What?
Yeah, 6 times. So my daughter, she dresses them up in fucking Montreal. That's like, yeah.
Yeah, man, it's gonna start.
But then she also turns around, dresses them up in Blue Jays. But whatever, they live in Ontario. It's like, yeah.
All right, didn't want to bother you, but I saw the
Not a
Habs.
problem. I'm sitting here having a beer and I was just playing on my phone.
Canadian?
Eh?
Canadian?
No, it's a Bush. You want one?
Oh, but I'm gonna have it later. Oh, thanks, eh? I'm not gonna have it now though, cause I really gotta go. I'm dead hungry. I'm starving, so.
Yeah, well.
Oh, I appreciate you, bro.
Yeah.
Thanks.
No problem. It's like,
Oh yeah. I'm gonna have this in the first game. I'm gonna keep it for the first game. I don't drink much beer, you know.
Oh, okay. So no, I'm sitting and I was just
Oh yeah, man.
wrestling with friends and playing on.
You're free to do so, man.
Yeah, heading home.
Heading
I
home.
just don't want to be home right away. It's like I'm caregiver for my mother, and it's like, yeah, she's not there. Yeah.
Stay out, take a fresh air, but here's not that fresh.
Because she's sitting at home drinking.
CO2 though, you get
Yeah,
serious pollution.
Oh no,
man.
no. Well, when I get home, my mom, cigarette. And I don't smoke cigarettes.
I quit. Last packs I smoked 2017. 7 years, man. No cigarette in 7 years.
Well,
Love you later, man. I gotta
okay,
run. I'm hungry.
okay.
I'm really starving.
All right. Yeah. Well, that's the thing. It's like she was with her friends tonight, and her friend turned around and ordered her supper, and I told her, it's like, okay, he's gonna bring it to the door. But souvlaki wrap.
Oh yeah,
I
that's
don't want
good.
it.
No, don't throw it
So
away.
No, I told her, it's like, well, I'm coming home. It's like, it's mine. I told him, she might not eat it. He's like, oh, don't waste it.
Oh, love you, firefighters.
It's not going to be wasted.
Yeah,
I'm going home, so I'm going to have a year over.
Stay out of trouble. How come you don't speak some French, man? Make an effort.
Why?
Why not, man?
Je parle français, mais je déteste parler français. Mais
Whatever, man.
That's mon vocab now, so.
It's all good, man.
So, you see, I can speak French. I just don't like speaking French. If I don't have to.
If you don't have to, no problem.
It's like, yeah. It's like, yeah.
Whatever, man. I'm bilingual perfectly. I don't really.
Yeah.
I'm past that, you know. I'm past that.
I've been off work now for 2 years because I got stabbed, and it's like I used to work right across this fucking train tracks for 24 years, and I didn't have to fucking use my French. I was like, so I was like, yeah, I was there for 24 years. Well, I did speak French to some of them. I dated a French woman truck driver.
If they try to stab me, they better not miss.
Yeah, well, you got me nightmare.
Love you later. Anyways. So that was a little bit of thank you for the beer, 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 thank you for the beer. That is with that, you know, so fellow citizen there drinking, hurting nobody, and who knows his life, he was telling the truth or not. Somebody tried to stab him, or he got stabbed a few years ago, and I got a surprise attack myself a few years ago, but I was caught by surprise, you know, surprise attack, surprise attack, surprise attack, surprise attack, like that. Kind of like that 9/11, kind of like 9/11, kind of like 9/11. I don't remember that far because I got triggered amnesia blackouts, but I remember mostly the 9 years and mostly the past years, you know, so that's what it is with that. And here we are, you know, here we are on that deal. And that's what we're gonna go do it here, you know. And he's drinking a bit. He had already 5. I counted 5. So. He gave me one. He gave me the last one, but he was drinking one, and he's finishing his 6-pack, and I noticed he was finishing his 5th, and he gave me the last one. So I'm gonna have to disinfect my hands again because I don't know, personal hygiene and all that. And with that Asperger's, I have a little bit of that germophobic bacteria, you know. And hygiene is important, you know. Hygiene is important, so. I'm gonna be disinfecting that, and I don't usually drink, but he offered it. I never turn down food, kisses, hugs, and beer, wine. I never turn down beer, wine, and I'm gonna have that for the first game, or Sunday for my 49ers gifts to charity, reduce the cost. And as a matter of fact, I'm gonna be going to that corner there. I'm gonna disinfect, and I really gotta turn it back to that French, because we la belle province now. So I'm gonna say for that belle province, but he didn't. He speaks French, he just didn't feel like making an effort. Make an effort! Bienvenue encore une fois. Mon concitoyen il est en train de boire, il finissait sa 5e parce qu'il y avait un 6-pack. Paquet de 6 bières, il m'a donné bien sûr, Il m'a donné la 6e, la dernière, parce qu'il finissait, c'était un 6-pack. Il m'a donné la canette, fait que ça, je la bois dimanche. Je bois pas beaucoup. Ça, je la bois dimanche, en train de regarder mon match, le match de football américain. Soit pour la première game des Canadiens, parce qu'ils portaient le chandail des Canadiens, c'est pour ça que j'ai parlé. J'ai dit, on s'en va au début de la saison contre Toronto. C'est pour ça que j'ai dit, ça a-tu bien partir, puis on a eu une discussion, puis il m'avait dit bien sûr en anglais qu'il était là à Montréal, puis il était monté sur l'autobus quand ils ont fait l'émeute après la victoire. Là, ils ont fait comme une émeute après la victoire. Il y a une victoire, pas besoin d'avoir fait l'émeute, mais ils l'ont fait. Fait que, ils ont fait l'émeute. C'est des choses comme ça qu'il faut qu'on fasse. C'est des choses bien sûr qu'il faut qu'on fasse, bien sûr. C'est des choses bien sûr que les quelques mois je dois y penser, bien sûr. Fait que je vais méditer. Puis une méditation toujours maintenant, les camionneurs, puis tous ceux qui sont sur l'autoroute maintenant, je fais bien sûr attention. Puis regardez ici, on a bien du travail à faire, mais je dois même désinfecter les mains parce que, bien sûr, je dois me désinfecter les mains encore une fois en faisant cette méditation. Puis on va faire bien sûr une méditation ensemble continue, mais bien sûr que je dois te dire ma gratitude. Je rentre, je suis à la Chine. Je m'en vais de la Chine maintenant, mais je dois dire ma gratitude, mon loyer est payé, ma facture d'électricité, j'ai du café et du thé, puis je travaille avec cet ordinateur portable. Mon ordinateur portable est mon outil de travail depuis des années. En m'en allant, aujourd'hui, pour la Caroline du Nord, je suis en méditation, bien sûr, en géopolitique. Je marque 5 ans depuis que j'ai créé mon propre système d'entraînement physique pour y aller, bien sûr, avec une guerre mondiale. J'ai prévu la situation actuelle d'une manière, bien sûr, généralement parlant. Pas à chaque détail par détail, là, c'était pas chaque détail, là, mais j'ai prévu qu'est-ce qui se passe maintenant en 2019. Parce que c'est ça, je suis un analyste en géopolitique. La géopolitique, c'est 24 sur 24. J'adore la géopolitique, c'est mon intérêt obsessif. C'est la géopolitique 24 sur 24, c'est l'entraînement physique 24 sur 24. Puis c'est bien sûr le sport, la danse, c'est mon sport préféré. La danse, c'est mon sport préféré. La danse est mon sport préféré. Puis c'est la géopolitique. Fait que ça, c'est ça ma maîtrise. C'est ça que je suis dans mon royaume, tu sais, quand je fais de la géopolitique. Et c'est ça que j'avais prévu en 2019. Fait que je marque 5 ans. Exactement 5 ans ce mois-ci, genre. 5 ans en octobre 2019. Octobre 2019. Je fasse attention qu'il traverse pour qu'il me fasse frapper par l'auto. Je suis frappé par l'auto aussi. Faire attention. Je traverse, des fois il tourne, puis le frein fonctionne pas, là, tu sais. Le frein fonctionne pas. Le frein fonctionne pas, le frein fonctionne pas, tu sais. Imagine le frein fonctionne pas, là. C'est possible, le frein fonctionne mal. T'imagines-tu? Ça pèse sur l'accélérateur à la place de peser sur le frein. C'est des choses qui peuvent t'arriver. C'est des choses qui peuvent t'arriver, tu sais. Des choses qu'il faut que je pense moi-même. Merci Hydro-Québec pour la lumière, pour que je trébuche pas quand je suis en train de marcher chez nous, chez moi. Fait que là, je me dirige chez nous, tu sais. Je m'en vais faire un beau lavage des mains aussi. L'entraînement physique que je vous conseille, puis... Ouais, fais attention, pourquoi tu traverses? Attention quand tu traverses. Avec le ballon, il faudrait que je regarde parce que pour les enfants, pourquoi ils traversent la rue quand l'auto passe, parce que c'est tentant, ils ont échappé le ballon dans la rue, fait que ça c'est vraiment un beau bleu, 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 belle couleur. Bien fait, bien fait, bien fait. Et bien fait pour l'affaire ici. On m'a accueilli pour dans la série des Canadiens, Bien sûr, bien sûr, bien sûr. Pour la série des Canadiens, juste pour en faire un peu, genre. Fait que l'entraînement physique est mon sport préféré, j'adore le faire, puis c'est ça mon intérêt obsessif. Mon intérêt obsessif, c'est la danse, l'entraînement physique, l'analyse, la théorie en géopolitique parallèlement. Fait que je suis un analyste théoricien en géopolitique, un théoricien en géopolitique, un théoricien en géopolitique. Et j'ai prévu, je marque 5 ans, j'ai la preuve. En 2019, j'ai prévu une conflagration internationale, soit une troisième guerre mondiale. C'est ça que je fais au quotidien, l'analyse de la théorie en géopolitique de révision, mais le mois d'octobre, c'est le mois de la géopolitique chez nous. Fait qu'à chaque année, ça fait bien des années, je fais une routine quand même. Je me réveille avec mes rituels, puis je fais l'analyse en théorie, en géopolitique. Je fais mon entraînement physique. J'ai créé mon propre entraînement physique en 2019 pour y aller parallèlement avec cette analyse en géopolitique, cette analyse en 2019 en octobre. C'est ça que j'avais prévu. J'avais prévu comme une conflagration internationale. Une conflagration internationale. Une conflagration internationale. C'est ça que j'avais prévu en 2019. Là. En 2019, c'est ça, c'était pas ça ma prédiction. J'avais prévu d'une manière généralement parlant, pas d'une manière spécifique, à chaque détail, avec chaque détail, mais d'une manière générale. C'était ça. J'avais fait une analyse. J'avais fait bien sûr, qu'est-ce qui est écrit là? 5 mots. One blue sky, Billy Star. Oui, c'est beau quand même. Anyways, we're gonna get on the XYZ. Puis c'est ça, bien sûr, qu'on fasse l'entraînement physique pour en faire, bien sûr, du monde qui font l'entraînement physique. Il y a du monde qui font, bien sûr, ici. Wow, c'est bon que vous en faites l'entraînement physique. J'adore ça, les voir. Là. Puis faire de l'entraînement physique. Ici, qui sont comme ça sur la chaise ici. Puis sont, bien sûr, comme un fond d'entraînement physique. Bien sûr, c'est un fond d'entraînement physique. C'est super important, bien sûr, pour en faire de l'entraînement physique et de l'entraînement physique. Pour en faire, bien sûr, c'est des choses, bien sûr, qu'il faut nous-mêmes. Je salue, bien sûr, qui font cet entraînement physique, bien sûr, ici. Et surtout, c'est bon de voir, puis de faire cet entraînement physique qui sont ici, puis les voir, bien sûr, en train de faire de l'entraînement physique, comment qu'ils sont, bien sûr, comme ça, bien sûr. C'est ces choses-là qu'il faut qu'on fasse, et bien sûr, c'est ces choses-là qu'il faut qu'on encourage les gens pour les faire, bien sûr, pour cet entraînement physique, on doit les encourager, puis les aimer. C'est des choses, bien sûr, qu'il faut qu'on fasse nous-mêmes. Hein? C'est des choses qu'il faut qu'on fasse nous-mêmes. Faut qu'on fasse nous-mêmes. Bien sûr, ces informations-là, bien sûr, comme ça. Fait que c'est des choses qu'on a, bien sûr, de l'information, puis c'est des choses, bien sûr, qu'il faut qu'on y travaille constamment. Il faut qu'on y travaille constamment. C'est ça, bien sûr, il faut le faire. Fait que, hey, ça a beaucoup de couleurs ici. Ça a beaucoup de couleurs. C'est bon, c'est important, là, la couleur comme ça. La couleur vive, j'aime ça, mais il y en a qui ont du talent, fait qu'il faut les financer quand même. S'ils ont du talent, bien sûr, les financer. Mais voir ça, c'est... 5 mots encore. I see all, je vois tout. Jesus loves whores. Ouais, mais Jésus, mon Jésus, c'est rock'n'roll, ça dit Jésus aime les peuples. Jesus loves whores. Yeah, Jesus is my rock'n'roll, mais I see all, je vois tout. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Jesus loves whores. 22. Numéro 11, I love you too. Ouais, mais il faut quand même, tu sais, si on a du talent, il faut les soutenir, mais c'est des graffitis qu'ils ont, mais quand même, c'est quand même qu'ils ont du talent. Fait. On pourrait mettre de quoi un partenariat public-privé pour financer, pour en faire, tu sais, des parterres, puis partout, là, des pompes et tout ça, qui ont du talent, bien sûr, qu'il faut bien sûr en avoir, bien sûr avec ça. Fait que c'est des choses, bien sûr, qu'il faut qu'on les fasse nous-mêmes. C'est des choses, bien sûr, qu'il faut qu'on y travaille là-dedans. Puis c'est des choses, bien sûr, qu'il faut qu'on fasse, bien sûr, nous-mêmes, tu sais. Si on est capable de le faire, on va être capable de le faire, Fait qu'il faut avoir cette affaire-là, tu sais. Financer les gens, tu sais. Financer les gens à l'entraînement physique, financer les gens à l'entraînement physique. Puis comme les jeunes qui ont fait, c'est bon, tu sais, ça a été bâti pour ça. Fait que c'est bon, j'ai aimé ça voir les jeunes. Compter 44. D'un bord de l'autre, on avait comme sur les 2 terrains, là, fait que c'est quelque chose de bon. C'est travail public, ça en prend du renouveau. Je fais appel, blablabla, pour le renouveau de l'infrastructure, du collectif de l'Amérique du Nord, le 21e siècle. Puis Seulement mes initiatives, mes protocoles sont pour la défense. Il faut bien comprendre que mes initiatives et protocoles sont pour la défense. Mais c'est un centrisme, c'est un centrisme. Tu sais, c'est un centrisme. C'est un centrisme. C'est mon centrisme, mais relié, bien sûr, à un partenariat public-privé. Bien sûr, mon centrisme est relié à mon rêve, le rêve du royaume de la déesse et du dragon qui danse. Quand je dis le rêve de la déesse qui danse et du dragon, c'est fondamentalement un appel à un partenariat public-privé. C'est fondamentalement un appel à un partenariat public-privé. C'est fondamentalement un appel à un partenariat public-privé, bien sûr. Public-privé, c'est fondamentalement ça. Un appel à un partenariat public-privé. Quand je dis, ben, soutenez le rêve du dragon arc-en-ciel, c'est ça. C'est fondamentalement un appel à un partenariat public-privé, un PPP. Mes initiatives, mes protocoles, ben c'est ça. Un appel à un partenariat public-privé, puis ma trinité de théorie. En 2019, en octobre, j'ai prévu qu'il y aura une conflagration internationale, une troisième guerre mondiale. J'ai la preuve, j'ai ça en ligne, j'ai la preuve. Je suis obsédé par la géopolitique. Ça fait des années, j'étudie à tous les jours au quotidien. Ben, plus, il faut dire aussi que 20e et 21e siècle. Quand même le passé aussi, mais principalement 20e, 21e siècle. Fait que la géopolitique, on dirait de derniers 156 années. Là. 20e, 21e siècle. C'est la géopolitique 24 sur 24 chez nous. Je peux en parler 24 sur 24, je vais vous discuter. Là. Encore une fois, tenez compte. La géopolitique moderne, on va dire. L'analyse de la théorie moderne d'aujourd'hui, du présent. Ça se passe chez nous depuis des années au quotidien. Le matin, l'après-midi, le soir. Des fois, je suis en marche, puis je fais des révisions, des analyses dans ma tête. C'est ça l'Asperger, c'est ça l'autisme fonctionnel. On a bien sûr des intérêts obsessifs. Et ces intérêts obsessifs, ça préoccupe la plupart de notre temps. Moi, c'est la trinité, la géopolitique, l'entraînement physique, la danse, c'est mon sport préféré. Avec, bien sûr, la danse, c'est mon sport préféré. Avec le rock'n'roll. Le rock'n'roll. J'ai prévu en 2019 qu'il y aura une conflagration internationale. En troisième guerre mondiale, j'ai prévu comme, pas en chaque détail, là, qu'est-ce qui arrive, mais bien pondé, puis faut comprendre que fondamentalement, j'ai prévu que dû au fait, la cause principale, que bien sûr, ça a fait, bien sûr, à cause que du 20e siècle, il y aura bien sûr des conflits non résolus. C'est ça que j'avais fait, bien sûr. C'est ça que j'avais fait. À cause du 20e siècle, les conflits non résolus, bien sûr, qui ont fait, bien sûr, c'est les conflits non résolus, qui aura une dispute, une continuité dans le 21e siècle, Ça va continuer, c'est ça. Puis c'est ça qui arrive en Europe, l'Ukraine et la Russie. Ça date du 20e siècle, ça. En géopolitique, de la guerre froide, la dissolution de l'Union soviétique. Aussi, pas juste ça, mais aussi la géopolitique, puis aussi, ça date du 20e siècle. Qu'est-ce que ça date du 20e siècle encore? Ben, en Moyen-Orient, l'Israël, Palestine. Israël, les Hezbollah, Libanais. Aussi, la Chine et le Taïwan. Taïwan, officiellement, c'est la République de la Chine. L'île de Taïwan. Ils n'ont pas été capables de résoudre leurs problèmes. J'ai prévu que cette civilisation, région, géopolitique, ça va reprendre avec intensité qu'il y aura un débordement, une troisième guerre mondiale, un conflit à l'échelle internationale. J'ai prévu qu'il y aura la possibilité d'utilisation des armes biologiques. Parce que durant les 49 ans, 44 ans, et 9 mois, durant les 44 ans et 9 mois, quasiment 45 ans, entre 1947 mars et 1991 décembre. Entre mars 1947 et 1991 mars. Fait 44 mois et 9 non, correction, 44 années, là, 44 ans, là, entre 1947, en mars 1947, et entre 1941, 91, 1991, décembre, quand il y a la dissolution de l'Union soviétique. La guerre froide a duré quasiment 45 ans. Là. La guerre froide a duré quasiment 45 ans. Quasiment 45 ans, quasiment 45 ans. Proche. Moi, je dis 44 ans et 9 mois. Il y en a qui disent plus un peu. Il y en a qui disent que ça a commencé en 1946. Il y en a qui disent même que ça a commencé en 1945, quand que la Deuxième Guerre mondiale a officiellement fini. C'est là que ça a commencé, tout de suite après. Mais les chiffres officiels des historiens disent officiellement, la majorité sont en concorde. Puis c'est ça mon opinion aussi. Entre mars 1947 et décembre 1991. Ça fait que c'est 44 ans, là. C'est longtemps, là. C'est long, ça a été long, la guerre froide. T'imagines-tu, là? Comment ça a duré, la guerre froide? C'est longtemps, là. C'est plus que quand ça a bâti bien sûr, des missiles, fusées intercontinentales qui peuvent se rendre. Là. Peuvent se rendre de Moscou à Montréal. De Moscou à Montréal, c'est 8500 km. Le Yars, supposément, la fusée, là, un missile intercontinental, Yars, il peut quand même peut-être traverser 10 500. Et supposément plus que 10 000. Fait qu'il pourrait se rendre même plus loin. En théorie, en pratique, c'est sûr que il a été juste des tests de distance de comme une couple de milles de kilomètres, là, 5 000, 6 000. Après, la Russie, c'est gros, la Russie, là, c'est le pays le plus long. Fait qu'ils ils ont fait des tests. Ils ont fait ces tests-là. Les autres, ils ont fait ces tests-là. Fait qu'ils ont fait ces tests-là. Ils ont fait ces tests-là. Fait que c'est possible, là, imaginez-vous. Là. Puis on le souhaite pas, là. On le souhaite pas pantoute, mais il faut penser pour la défense. Moi, ça serait ouvrir des montagnes. Puis mes initiatives, c'est pour la défense, principalement. Pour la défense, mettre des satellites de défense, des fusées pour interpeller de côte à côte. De côte à côte, faire l'interpellation de côte à côte, mes chers. C'est ça mes initiatives pour ce que j'appelle le collectif de civilisation nord-américain, soit le collectif, le complexe nord-américain, parce qu'on est nord-américain, québécois, canadien, moi personnellement, mais je crois à la réincarnation. Des fois, j'ai été né homme-femme. J'ai servi dans l'armée des États-Unis 2 fois, dans 2 guerres différentes et à part, entre 156, en 156 ans. Tu sais. C'est ça que j'avais servi. Fait que c'est ça. On va mettre ça ici. Dans le recyclage, c'est là que ça va. Donc là, je vais aller me laver les mains, parce que là, j'ai mis ça dans le recyclage, puis j'avais pris la bière, je vais la nettoyer, la bière aussi, que mon citoyen m'a offert. Mais c'est sûr que j'apprécie ça, mais je bois pas souvent, j'ai discuté avec là aussi, puis après ça, je vais discuter de la TRD, théorie de la refoulement de la dette. Salutations, chauffeurs d'autobus. Les transports publics, imaginez-vous, en géopolitique, maintenant je médite. De côte à côte, tous les trains, tous les camions, l'infrastructure, la logistique de l'infrastructure du point de vue défensif. Parce qu'il faut comprendre que même si je connais les idéologies de Vladimir Poutine, de la Russie, de la Chine, fondamentalement, je suis nord-américain. Si les jeunes sont contents, mais je suis content. C'est ça l'important, la jeunesse en sécurité, libre, puis qui dansent, qui sont en train de venir ici. On a la lumière de l'Hydro-Québec, ça prend de la vieille école ici. Merci les travailleurs de l'Hydro-Québec du passé. Puis c'est dans le présent pour en bâtir d'autres centrales. Puis ça dit quelque chose, bien sûr, qui ont fait, bien sûr, la géopolitique. Puis c'est les enfants, premièrement, de côte à côte. C'est pour ça que je dis qu'il faut mettre un protocole. Mais, tu sais, mon cher Bill Blair, mon cher, ça chante. Mon cher, ça Bill Blair, c'est bien sûr pour la défense. Puis il faut aller changer des couches. Je dis souvent, là, Bill Blair, mon ministre de la Défense nationale, c'est les enfants qu'on défend ici en premier, là, de côte à côte. T'sais, pour eux autres. Il faut aller changer des couches, ça serait un nouveau protocole. Vous n'êtes pas des mercenaires, hein. C'est pas des, je veux rien savoir des mercenaires. Hein. Des mercenaires. Je veux rien savoir. Pour la défense nationale, l'armée du dragon de partenariat public-privé, je vais mettre rien, bien sûr, pour la FR, bien sûr, mais c'est bien sûr pour eux autres, bien sûr, pour eux autres, bien sûr, qu'il faut que je leur fasse ça. Et c'est des choses là qui chantent en libre, qui dansent, puis qui font attention. Ouais, un lièvre. Les enfants sont contents, je suis content. C'est ça l'important. Nous autres, mon stress financier, tout ça. T'sais. Mon stress financier, ben, je mettrai l'uniforme pour les défendre, non, les enfants, puis vous défendre, vous ici. Là. Les Québécois, vous êtes de ma famille, vous ne voulez pas dysfonctionnel de fois, mais juste pour la défense, juste pour la défense. Signer quelque chose, un papier que jamais je serais envoyé ailleurs, là, qui ne m'envoie pas nulle part ailleurs, puis on doit jouer la défense. T'sais. Pour ça, je veux rien savoir de choses de mercenaires. Vous devez avoir un esprit de corps, un esprit de corps, un esprit de corps, un esprit de corps, un esprit de corps. Il faut qu'il aille changer des couches, tu sais. Il faut qu'il aille changer des couches dans les garderies, là, de l'armée canadienne, tu sais. On peut pas se baser juste sur la force et la puissance. Il faut avoir l'amour, là. Tu sais. C'est les changer des couches, tu sais. Pour le faire, les enfants, ici, pour avoir, bien sûr, là, en liberté, ici, qui sont, bien sûr, là, c'est joyeux, jovial, puis c'est pour les autres que je mettrais une défense. Comme, vous êtes ma famille, des fois on est dysfonctionnel, mais ça prend un esprit de corps pour ça. Tu sais, pour la défense nationale, un beau salaire aussi, mais un beau salaire, mais c'est pas juste pour le salaire là, que vous avez fait. Vous allez défendre ces jeunes-là pour jouer ici à nuit, pour mettre la défense de Integree, puis on y va aller de côte à côte. C'est pas pour l'argent principalement, c'est pas des mercenaires, je veux rien savoir des mercenaires. Je veux rien savoir des mercenaires qui restent loin, qui ne traversent pas ici. Là. Les mercenaires, qui restent loin, qui restent loin, qui ne s'approchent pas de chez nous, qui restent là-bas où ils sont. Là. Ils ne traversent pas l'Atlantique, le Pacifique, puis pas besoin de m'espionner, service secret. Là. Je suis 50-50, moitié femme androgyne. Je me considère androgyne, je suis gay pansexuel, puis tout ça, puis bien sûr, arc-en-ciel, mais c'est pour des choses adultes, hein, parce que si je me dirige loin des enfants, parce que si je discute des choses adultes, ben c'est pour les adultes, t'sais. C'est pour les adultes. Bien sûr, fait que... pour les défendre eux autres, pour la défense seulement, puis la théorie de la refusion de la date des chers, je dois discuter maintenant, puis c'est la seule et unique solution, je vous défendrai, mais juste pour la défense, mais une défense seulement. C'est mes initiatives sont d'un point de vue défensif, comme je dis souvent, le Super Bowl, qui a été fait le Super Bowl, là, ce qui a été fait le Super Bowl, le Black Harbor qu'on appelle le Harbor Ball, bien sûr pour le Harbor Ball, puis vous savez comment ils étaient contents, innocents, contents. Ils ont vu un lièvre, puis ils s'excitent, puis ils sont là, en train de jouer libre. T'sais, mais là, il faut que je pense, il faut que ça soit désinfecté la sanitation publique. On va-tu mettre des protocoles? Qu'est-ce qu'on fait? On fait quoi? On retourne en arrière? On n'a pas appris de la COVID? Là? On n'a pas appris de la COVID? C'est quoi? Je sais pas. Le changement, des fois, c'est dur. Moi-même, je suis mort de la COVID. J'étais comme malade. Je suis en train de renaître maintenant. J'étais comme vraiment malade, c'était comme la mort, la pestilence, la maladie, 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 mais quand je vois des gens qui s'aiment puis des enfants qui jouent, ça me donne l'espoir. Je viens moi-même de me nettoyer les mains, là, avec du désinfectant, je me suis assis sur le banc, puis les enfants sont venus, je suis parti de mon bar. Je vis libre, mais la liberté en stress financier, tu sais. Je vis un stress financier maintenant, mais j'ai la gratitude. Hein? J'ai payé mon loyer, j'ai payé ma facture d'électricité. C'est ça, tu sais. J'ai payé ma facture d'électricité. J'ai payé, je suis en stress financier, mais je m'en souviens avoir déménagé d'une place avec beaucoup de moisissures, mais comme j'ai de la trombe, je dois aller chercher à l'hôpital, je vais aller seulement lundi le 7 octobre, là, lundi c'est le 7 octobre, je vais aller chercher, puis je dis là parce que je viens d'avoir ma carte, là, puis Parce que j'ai pas de la misère, mais avec la mémoire, c'est comme un blackout. Tu avoir été attaqué de surprise, là, quelqu'un m'a attaqué de surprise quelque part à Montréal, parce que ça fait, je suis juste d'avoir vécu sur Montréal, mais c'était comme une attaque surprise, j'ai eu comme le bras droit disloqué, fini, puis j'ai attendu l'urgence, j'ai passé à l'urgence, puis là, j'étais comme fini pendant longtemps, là, pendant un couple de jours chez nous, puis j'ai vécu un épisode avant que je déménage, j'habite maintenant, comme les pirates siliennes, comme un épisode des pirates siliennes, les pirates siliennes, les pirates siliennes, les pirates siliennes, les pirates siliens, comme un épisode comme Jules César qui a vécu un épisode comme Jules César, un épisode comme Jules César. Parallèlement à l'épisode de Jules César, parallèlement à l'épisode de Jules César, là je médite. Quand je suis derrière, vous voyez, c'est mon intérêt obsessif, c'est ça l'autisme, mouvement de fonctionnel, l'Asperger's, là. J'ai vu ça, j'ai vu les trains, fait que là je médite dans une circonstance de géopolitique, ça serait pour faire de la sécurité de l'infrastructure. Sécuriser l'infrastructure, en premièrement, s'il y a dans un cas de guerre ouverte, qu'il y ait des groupes ou des attentats ou des choses comme ça, du terrorisme, des groupes locaux qui sont financés soit par la Russie, soit par d'autres groupes, soit par d'autres groupes, mais on n'est pas en guerre ouverte avec la Russie, mais c'est possible qu'ils déclarent la guerre à l'OTAN. C'est possible qu'ils déclarent la guerre ensemble avec la Chine sur l'OTAN. Si on solidifiait depuis 3 ans et demi leur alliance militaire, vu qu'on a pris certaines positions, pas nous-mêmes, moi c'est principalement pour la défense du collectif de l'Amérique du Nord, du collectif nord-américain, Québec, Canada, États-Unis, nos voisins pour la Caroline du Nord. Je vais m'hydrater puis je vais discuter de la TRD. Imaginez-vous le travail pour bâtir tout ça en dessous de la terre, merci les cerveaux puis les muscles. Mais voilà. Ah, puis ça, c'est nouveau ici, cette année, fait que je dois faire une méditation. Maintenant, toutes les trains, toutes les stations d'autobus à travers l'Amérique du Nord, là. Canada, Québec, Québec, États-Unis, toute l'infrastructure, tous les camionneurs, tous ceux qui font le transport maintenant de la sécurité alimentaire, tous les aliments qui traversent, qui sont bien sûr tous les produits alimentaires, toute l'infrastructure. Je fais une méditation géopolitique de côte à côte de la sécurité de le service, l'initiative de l'armée du dragon, qui est fondamentalement un appel à un partenariat public-privé, que je fais appel à tous et toutes à soutenir. Tu sais, ça prend de l'énergie, ça prend... Tout ça, ça a été bâti, tu sais, je dois les admirer, hein, à travers l'Hydro-Québec, hein, qui ont bâti, ça prend de la vieille école aussi, du 20e siècle, c'est pas toute la nouvelle école, mais ça prend de la vieille école aussi, ça en prend de la vieille école, les centrales d'Hydro-Québec, tout ça, c'est des choses qui ont été bâties, construites, imaginez-vous, tu sais, toute la lumière qu'on a, ça ne pollue pas, c'est des choses, toujours la gratitude puis la méditation. L'Asperger, ça fait que je suis étrange d'une manière de communication avec les autres, les interactions, si ça ne discute pas de mes intérêts obsessifs, qui sont la trinité, la géopolitique, je suis un analyste et théoricien en géopolitique indépendant, le sport, l'entraînement physique, la danse est mon sport préféré, puis le rock'n'roll, bon d'amour avec noir et blanc, puis arc-en-ciel, le dragon arc-en-ciel de la TRD, théorie de la réfusion de la dette. C'est la seule et unique solution en ce moment. Pourquoi je dis ça? Mais c'est parce que c'est vrai, j'y crois vraiment, je sais vraiment que c'est la seule et unique solution en ce moment. Fait que la TRD, théorie de la refusion de la dette, c'est la seule et unique solution. Donc, c'est quoi? T pour théorie, R pour refusion, D de la dette, théorie de la refusion de la dette. Fait que on va prendre toute la dette. Pourquoi je dis que c'est la seule et unique solution? Au fait qu'aujourd'hui, on paye 46,5 milliards d'intérêts sur la dette publique. Je répète le chiffre d'aujourd'hui, cette année fiscale 2023-2024, on paye 46,5 milliards d'intérêts, milliards d'intérêts, milliards d'intérêts, milliards d'intérêts. C'est 46 000 millions, ça. C'est 46 000 millions, c'est 46 000 millions. C'est à 9 zéros, ça. C'est à 9 zéros, c'est à 9 zéros, c'est à 9 zéros. Fait que là, on paye 46,5 milliards d'intérêts. C'est un chiffre énorme. Fait que pourquoi je dis ça? La TRD, mais c'est ça. Il faut faire bien sûr l'implémentation de la TRD. C'est la seule et unique solution. Il n'y a pas d'autre solution. Encore une fois, on paye 46,5 milliards de dettes sur la dette publique. C'est un chiffre énorme, là. C'est énorme, ce chiffre-là. Ça a plus que doublé. En 2020, 2021, c'était 20,3 milliards. 20,3 milliards, c'est 20,3 millions. 20 000 millions. Fait que à cause de la COVID, c'est sûr, il y a eu des protocoles déploiement, fait que ça a plus que doublé, tu sais. Ça a plus que doublé. Double, ça aurait été 20,3 fois 2, là. Ça aurait été 40,6. 40,6, 40,6. C'est 46,5, c'est 46,5. Fait qu'il n'y a pas d'autre solution que la TRD, théorie de la refusion de la dette. TRD, théorie de la refusion de la dette. Il n'y en a pas d'autre. Vous pouvez vous ostiner tant que vous voudrez, hein, mais je vous l'explique maintenant le plus simplement possible parce qu'il y a une des symptômes de l'Asperger, donc une fois étant aspi, ce n'est pas une condition de maladie mentale, c'est une condition de neurodivergence psychique. Donc ça fait que j'ai des intérêts obsessifs, puis bien, j'utilise un certain vocabulaire plus étrange, plus sophistiqué, cosmopolite, philosophique, académique ou intellectuel, car ça ne requiert pas. Donc dans ce cas-là, je vais essayer d'être le plus simple possible. Encore une fois, le motif, la raison pourquoi je dis bien sûr que je paye 46, qu'on paye sur la dette publique 46,5 milliards. 46,5 milliards d'intérêts. 46,5 milliards d'intérêts sur la dette publique. Ça, c'est le montant qu'on paye. 46,5 milliards d'intérêts. 46,5 milliards d'intérêts qu'on paye sur la dette publique. Ça, c'est le montant. C'est 46 000 millions, il n'y a pas d'autre solution. Je vous l'explique le plus possible. Donc, on va prendre, et tenez compte que ma TRD, théorie de la refusion de la dette, ça contient en dedans d'elle la théorie d'intégration monétaire. La théorie d'intégration monétaire. C'est quoi la théorie d'intégration monétaire? C'est exactement ce qu'ils ont fait en Europe. Les Européens, ils ont fait ça en des années 80, ils ont détruit leur banque centrale. Ils ont détruit leur banque centrale, ils ont détruit leur banque centrale, ils ont détruit leur banque centrale, ils ont fait une nouvelle création, une nouvelle monnaie aussi. Les Allemands, ils ont détruit leur banque centrale, ils ont détruit leur Deutsche Bank, les Italiens, leur lira, ils ont détruit leur banque, les Français ont détruit leur franc. Ils ont fait la création d'une banque centrale commune. La SCB des années 80, la Banque centrale de l'Europe. La Banque centrale de l'Europe, la Banque centrale de l'Europe pour l'euro. Fait qu'on, ma TRD, théorie de la refusion de la dette, ça contient en dedans d'elle cette théorie financière qui s'appelle la théorie d'intégration monétaire qui ont fait l'implémentation dans l'Union européenne. C'est ça, c'est simple. Donc, on va prendre toute la dette publique-privée en tant que citoyen. J'ai une dette de 10 000 $ à la Banque royale. J'ai une dette de 10 000 $ à la Banque royale. J'ai une dette moi-même de 10 000 $ à la Banque royale. Donc, j'ai une dette de 10 000 $ à la Banque royale. On va prendre toute la dette publique-privée, incluant mon 10 000. Vu que la devise des États-Unis, le dollar des États-Unis, c'est encore la devise de choix pour le commerce mondial, là, les finances du monde, l'import-l'export, le tourisme et bien sûr les affaires du commerce. Bon, on va convertir toute la dette publique-privée. Tout cet argent-là, on va en mettre pour en faire une nouvelle banque, une nouvelle banque. Fait que qu'on fait en Europe, mais l'argent initial de ces nouvelles banques, ça va être toute la dette publique-privée du Canada de côte à côte convertie dans la devise des États-Unis. Puis c'est pour l'Amérique du Nord, Canada premièrement, Canada, États-Unis deuxièmement, Canada, États-Unis, Mexique, puis Haïti, Cuba, République dominicaine, des pays de l'Amérique du Nord. Ça peut être transatlantique, mais premièrement, Canada, États-Unis. Tout cet argent-là, ça va faire une refusion. Tout cet argent-là, ça va faire une refusion. Tout cet argent-là, ça va faire une refusion. on va faire toute cette refusion, ça va être dans devise des États-Unis. Dans devise des États-Unis. Tout cet argent-là initial, ça va fonder une nouvelle banque. On va mettre un taux d'intérêt de 10%. 10%, ça peut pas être plus que 10. 3.33, 7.18, 4.18, 6.1, 9.3, que ça soit en bas de 10. En bas de 10, en bas de 10, en bas de 10. En bas de 10. Avec cet argent-là, on va mettre un taux d'intérêt de 10%, on va pouvoir tellement faire du bien. Déjà bâtir l'infrastructure du Canada, du Québec, on va faire un gel des prix, bâtir, financer les gens, faire l'entraînement physique, rebâtir pour la défense de côte à côte, l'armée du dragon et la déesse qui danse, bâtir plus de centrales d'Hydro-Québec, financer les gens, faire l'entraînement physique, financer le tourisme parce que ça fait du bien. C'est ça la TRD, s'il n'y a pas d'autre solution pour la création de l'UI. U point, unité, E point, échange universel basé sur le dollar américain. Tout l'argent initial, toute la dette publique privée, ça va être l'argent initial de cette nouvelle banque de l'Amérique du Nord intégrée pour qu'on fasse une autre création d'une autre monnaie qu'on va appeler la UI. UI. U point, unité, E point, échange universel. UI. L'unité d'échange universel. L'unité d'échange universel.